Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
It still might happen.
This week's Daz nearly got a jug of water over his head. Welcome to this week's GKP Live. Usual thing, guys. We'll be right back with you after this. Welcome back. How's it going, guys? You good?
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah. All good.
Oh, no splashes down the back. No wet head. No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Just literally before we kicked onto the live, Estelle went past the back of Daz with a jug of water. It looked like you were going to get a drowning, but
Yeah, I was a bit cheeky to her, so I got lucky.
now, unfortunately, Ricky won't be joining us because he's away on holiday, and unfortunately, he's got such a terrible signal that he can't actually get a signal to join us. So we'll catch up with him again next week, and I hope he has a nice holiday.
Yeah, cheers, Ricky.
How you guys been this week? Good, bad, ugly?
Yeah,
Fucking man.
wet.
Manic?
Yeah, that's true.
One of the topics which has actually been mentioned for us to have a chat about this evening is, can the panel discuss where the feck Summer is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
How has any of this
running late.
affected any of you guys with the
It's
amount of
running
rain
about 4
that we've
months
been
late.
having?
We're going to have a hot
Well,
winter, though.
Hot winter, is that what we're going to get instead?
We're going
It
to
has
end up
been
with
bad,
a
hasn't it?
really hot autumn.
Yeah.
It's been shocking.
It has
Yeah.
been. I mean, it hasn't stopped
many
the
times
fish
you
from
had to-
feeding, though.
How many times you had to stop and drain down your pond from overflowing?
I've never had
You
to
had
do
to let any
anything.
out?
About 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, thought you might, because you look like you've been getting some heavy rain down there as well.
Oh, mate, it's
Personally,
been
myself,
difficult.
it's just been flowing across lawn. I think today's the only day where it's only rained for about half of it. It's been bad.
It's a water change, though, isn't it, Gaz?
It is a
Sort
water
of.
change, mate. But now
But the
that's
thing is, there's been that
Oh.
much fucking water drop, you know, that I'd be surprised there ain't been a few ponds out there that have had pH swings.
Mm.
this was something that I'm gonna. Well, I've left a little experiment out. I've dropped a bucket just outside on table so that I can collect some rainwater, so that I can do a pH test on the rainwater and see what the difference is between that and the pond, and see whether or not in my area it would have caused any effect. Because my pond, I purposely ditched the load out and I dropped it about 2.5 inch. And when I came back after that day's work at work, it was just shy of overflowing, and then it absolutely belted it down all evening. And I mean, you know, that kind of big stuff soaks you through. It belted it down. When I went out and looked in the morning, it was trickling across the grass. The pond was overflowing. So
Yeah.
you
do realise, now you've done that, Gaz, it's not going to rain anymore.
Well, yeah, probably.
You should have done this experiment 3 months ago.
I had it trickling over the edge of the front pond, the main pond, should I say, and it had filled the RBC tank to about that far away from the top.
Yeah. Crazy,
So,
isn't it?
Yeah.
and you think that's quite a lot of water in one sort of like downpour.
Yeah.
And it's got to affect the parameters in the pond. I don't give a shit what anyone
Got to
says.
do.
Yeah.
That's why I thought it'd be worthwhile saving a bucket of it and just catching as much as I could and just doing a test on it just to see what the differences are from between that and my tap water.
Yeah.
But yeah, I imagine there's going to be some difference.
Yeah,
I would have thought so.
Yeah. We've got a couple of topics to discuss, and we've got one heck of a lot of shower that have been sent in for us to have a look at. Now, I think out of what I've seen so far, there might be the odd one or two Sankeys in there. But we'll see what you think. But it'd be nice to hear. Just one or two that you think, is that a shower? Some real nice ones. We've had a couple sent in anonymously as well, but I know who they are. Being the admin on the Facebook group, obviously I know who's posted it, but I'm going to leave him as if he wanted people to know who he were. But I'm not so sure one of those is a shower either. But again, we'll have a talk about it and see what everybody thinks. See what everybody thinks when it comes to it. Well, we'll kick off the first bit, and I'm gonna. This is a question that I've put in because I wanted everybody's opinion on it and see what people think about it, because I've read quite a lot of different stuff on it and I think it's rather confusing. I want to know what the reason is behind the clear casting, or in a Koi's fish poo. It looks more like a jelly lump, like a piece of poo, which is a grey, cleary looking substance that floats around on top of your pond surface, almost like it's transparent in colour but devoid of the normal fish waste inside it, like an empty, like an empty poo sack, if that makes sense. What causes it? Any idea?
Well, I was always led to believe.
You guys out there too. Anybody got any opinions on it? Because I've read a few things, and
I was always led to believe that happens when the fish hasn't taken anything out of what it's eaten.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much gone straight through and came out the end relatively the same as it went in, sort of thing.
Yeah, I
You can
was
find
under
it.
the impression the same, that it was the fish hasn't had a chance to digest it fully or
You know,
extract
I
these.
have seen it where that you can actually make out the pellets
Yeah.
floating
Oh, well,
in
the
that
one,
tube.
yeah, the
be
ones that I'm
overfeeding them.
talking about are completely translucent. It's just like a lump of snot floating on
Yeah,
the surface.
I
You can
know
tell
what you
it.
mean, Gaz. Yeah, almost like skin.
The reason why I thought I'd ask is, remember the Yamabuka? I was pretty well. I haven't seen it again since having the Yamabuka gone. Now I've read up a couple of. There you go. I mean, Jiggs has put in there. It's diarrhea in fish. I was always led to believe that's one thing that I've actually read. The same thing. I've also read that it could possibly be female fish reabsorbing their eggs, causing a mucousy waste in the pool. The other one that I read was fish that might be slightly off color, just not too cracking, just not not showing any signs of illness or whatever, but the first kind of signs and stages. And the other one that I read is it can happen when it's an indication of temperature changes, dramatic temperature changes, and the stress of the dramatic temperature change makes the fish poor clear waste.
Yeah, that makes a bit of sense.
But as of yet, I've not found anything that says one or other.
When you think about it, that latter one does make a bit of sense, because if your pond's been sitting at 22 degrees and they've been eating like buggery, and then all of a sudden the temperature plummets down to 17, which has happened.
Which it has done. It has been doing. I mean, I were up at 22 degrees, 23 degrees, and I'm probably down at an average of 17 now.
So
but I've not seen anything this up to press.
That's got to have had some effect on the fish's metabolism.
Yeah. Oh, we've got a guest that's coming to join us. It's Tony from Farmer McCoy.
One person wouldn't know above all others, that'd be Skeggy.
Well, this is why I thought it'd be a good question to ask, because there's lots of people that keep in Koya. There's 60 people watching. Hopefully, between us and those 60 people watching, we might be able to come up with something that causes it, or might be the root source of it. The other one is, that I also read, was cheap products, as in koi food. Cheaper foods with very little nourishment in them for them.
The sugar puff type rubbish that they sell at pet shop.
But I don't feed any of that.
Neither do I.
I haven't seen any of that this year from my fish.
I've seen it on some of mine. Yeah, and I'm giving mine Quenny koi food, so it's not rubbish.
Skeggy says that it's basically like us when we have have diarrhea. We end up with jelly, which is the gut's protein that can cause by upset digestive systems and lack of food stress. There we go. Martin, there we go. Good evening, Martin. How are you doing, mate?
Evening.
Hey, Martin. How we getting, boy?
All right. I'm surviving.
You're surviving?
I am.
Is there anything that you surviving in particular?
Well, I spoke to Mint about this a couple of weeks ago. I've had some depression.
Oh shit, mate. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm dealing with it though. I'm still putting little bits of content out, but I haven't done a lot on YouTube, if you know what I mean.
Good. Push forward, mate. Positive mental attitude. I know that's easy to say. It's truly
health and family come first every time, Martin. Like I said to you before.
Yeah.
Talk to as many people as you can and don't isolate yourself, bud.
Oh, I do.
Active and keep yourself busy. Active mind.
I thought I'd just come on your live tonight anyway, guys.
Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it. Hello? Have you ever seen it?
You what, mate?
Have you ever seen it? Have you ever seen the clear coating, sort of like poo that floats on top of your pond? Have you ever noticed that in your pond with
I have. It's like a clear sack, innit?
Yeah.
Mm.
Any
Yeah.
ideas what might cause it? Anything that you've noticed with your fish?
I don't know, but I'm sure I read it's something to do with parasites. Might be wrong.
I get floaters occasionally on mine, but they tend to be sort of creamy green all the way through them. But,
Yeah.
certainly
What kind of fish food you feeding?
well, it's all this spirulina and stuff.
Ideally, the fish's poo should resemble the colour of the food that you're feeding.
Mm.
Oh wow, there you go, matches.
Yeah. I'll go along with that.
That's what
How's
I
that
read.
going to work? Because when I use the Munger mix, it all goes one colour, like a dark browny colour.
Yeah, I've been using the Munger mix as well lately.
I don't know, it's the mega Munger mix, Tony.
Well, mine is possibly even more mega because I put other ingredients in as well.
Oh my word!
Oh,
Oh my word! What have you done?
doesn't need alteration.
I'm using that Nishikoi staple.
Nishigoi staple.
Nishikoi staple, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
How do you find with the fish waste and the easy pod on that
It's
stuff?
all right. It's all right. Yeah, it's all right.
I've heard mixed reviews on that one.
Well, it's the first time I didn't normally use Nishikoi Grow. But I thought I'd just change it, see how they would get on with it. It's all right.
Sweet. Well, if it works for you, that's the main thing. And the old mind your own business in the new shower is starting to catch up with the original now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you find it tints your water though, the Nishigoi? Because it's like a pinky colour, isn't it? The food.
No, the staple's actually like a greeny colour.
Yeah, the green staple doesn't, but the pinky red growth does.
Yeah.
That definitely does tint your water.
Yeah.
But the green one doesn't.
The Mega Munger mix tints my water.
Depends what you put in it though.
Yeah.
Well, I've been using
what else?
Sorry, come on.
Sorry, Vince.
What else have you added to it, Tony?
Well, I've started putting a bit of garlic in as well.
Oh, right. So nothing major then.
No, the fish don't get anywhere near each other now because they say their breath smells.
I mean, there is one other ingredient that when Ricky sent me the original listing, there was one other ingredient in there, and that was liquid kelp.
Yeah, I haven't got that.
But he at the time when we made it up at the tunnel, he didn't have any of that with him. It was just pond water and Mega Munger mix. But yeah, it does stink.
I
don't think it smells bad.
Yeah, mine smells.
It's not a bad smell, but it does smell.
In the powder form, I think it smells quite nice. When you add it to your food, I think then it does have, obviously with the food smell and that, then it's not that very nice at all. But
my paprika turned up today, so that's been added in now.
It's what?
Paprika.
Yeah, that's been added in now.
Paprika.
But I think it's important the way you deal with it as well, because I think you've got to also add some clay with it, haven't you?
Yes.
And I think you've also got to mix the powder with the water to make sure the water is infused with it before you add the food.
Yep.
I did notice there was a certain Sunday, Mr. Rocket Boy, that did the mix.
Did it wrong.
Wrong. You want to add the powder to the water first and then mix it all up so it's a liquid form, so that when you put your food in, the food absorbs the actual mix. Not absorbing the water first and then just coating the pellets with the mix.
So whatever amount of triple M you put in, you want 1/3 clay.
Yeah.
The clay that Ricky uses is the Bacto Plus clay.
Yeah, you want them pellets to absorb that infusion, if you like, that mix of powdered ingredients and water. So you've got to do that first. And
so Tony, when you make your mix, are you putting a scoop of Takazumi Junior Premium in there as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
That premium sucks it up.
Mind you, by the time you get to the end of the day with your mix, it's all like a mush. There's no pellets to be seen. It's all mush, but they still love it. And floating food becomes sinking food because it's taken in so much water.
I didn't do that either. My floating food still floated, and the sinking. Perhaps a little more than normal because there's only like supposedly 4% in that whatever it is, Coppens Japan mix, whichever Kenko, whatever. But a few more sunk than normal, but it didn't last long enough to turn to mush. They consumed what they would normally in, I would have said, a week and a half, in 3-4 days, gone. A lot. I mean, yeah, I was feeding it, but every time I walked into the garden, they were stuck inside the pond. So I thought, like, God, you're a bit hungry, aren't you? So they got a bit more, and then a bit more, and a bit more before I realised they were all gone. So I do need to do that.
I got to the end of the day the other day, and I'd mixed it up in the morning, and I threw some in the Tozai tank, and some of it floated on the top and the others disappeared, and I thought, where's the fish gone? They've not come up for it. So I peered over the top, and they was all feeding on the bottom. It was sunk.
It should be.
Susan was sat on the side of the pond today. Literally, I chucked a handful of floating in, a handful and a half, and then straight after that, I put a couple of handfuls of the junior premium, which is a 2 mil pellet. And every single fish in the pond, including Betty, was going straight down to the bottom because they wanted the stuff that was going to the bottom first before they then come up and cleared the top.
Do you want to back up a few comments while you were talking amongst yourselves?
They certainly love it, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I really do believe that Ricky's right in the fact that they do eat more of it. And I really do think that's down to the fact that it's softer and it's easier for them to break down. And if it's easier for them to break down, then they're absorbing more into the body, which in turn then should create less waste because they use more of it.
Yeah, I've found that now I can actually feed my fry on quite large pellets because they're soft.
Yeah.
And so the fry are getting the larger pellets as well now, as the junior in it. They just, I mean, I leave a whole load in the tank and it's gone. Next time I turn up, hour later, and it's all gone. The tank's clean.
Yep, they smashed the shit out of it.
They certainly do. Right, let's see. I don't personally know, but I think the vast majority of people think it's long the case of bit of a dodgy, upset stomach kind of diarrhea type situation where they seem to make it us. But I thought there was a few out there that I was hoping, obviously. Remind me, Vince, next time I speak with Rick, to ask him as well what he thinks, because I would like to know what it was, but it might be an indication as to why that Yamabuki worked too cracker, because he had lost a lot of weight and I was seeing it nearly daily when I had him in, and now obviously I'm not seeing it no more. But I would like to know if it is temperature fluctuation or if it is just a dodgy stomach or it is just one of the others. All be interesting to know. But I can't find anything that would say one way or the other what it is when I've researched it. There is several suggestions, even having a look on some forums to see what people's opinions are in there. Most people say it's nothing to worry about, perhaps maybe an upset stomach, just relax and forget about it until it becomes problematic and you're seeing it everywhere. So
it's that curry powder they've had, I think.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Ain't no curry powder go near my pond, boy.
Evening, Dave. We'll go through a quick few of these. I've been popping them up as we've been going on.
I have got to say, since the man's joined the live, on our Martin down there is one of only, I think it's 3 or 4 people on YouTube that have put a window in an IBC tank.
Yeah.
Which looks wicked where you've moved it to, by the way.
I googled that one, Vince, and I think there's about 4 people in the world that have done it like successfully. I might be wrong, but that's all I could see. There's about 4 people have done it right.
And it's definitely been done right because it's been emptied, used, moved, filled back up, and been used again.
It's got 7 fish in it now out there.
So when are you going to get the grandkids off of the goldfish and onto the koi?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to have a look at that, mate. When I went in Tenerife, they were around every day. My lad was looking after me fish, and the grandkids were feeding the fish every day. And as soon as we got back, they were here, and they were feeding the fish. And I thought, well, the IBC's sat there doing now, so I thought, well, I'll do a little build on it. Obviously, it's the size of my little grandson George. He's only tiny, you know, and the window is perfect for him to look through it. So I thought I'll do that, and then I got some fish off my next door neighbour. I put them in it, and then I thought, well, there you go. That's a little tank for them. Get them into it.
Start them young, boy. That's the way. Yeah, and you've done a cracking job on that garden. I mean, looking back to when you first started and everyone telling you that's not going to work, and you went, I'll do it my way.
The amount of times I was going to quit, you know. I
know.
But I just cracked on with it. I mean, when I did that first raised pond, the wooden one, I had a guy. He put a comment up going, "There's no way on this earth that is cold water." That was the first one I did, the black one. He said, "There's no way on this earth that'll hold water." So I just carried on building it, and then when it was done, I filled it with water. I didn't need fuck all off him after that. It sat on that held water for 6 months.
Yep, and then you decided you was going to tear up the back garden.
Yeah. I'm going to go to a proper pond, a block pond. After about 3 months of research on YouTube, learning how to build bricks and lay bricks and that. It's all researched.
Kept you busy, mate,
it took me 12 months, didn't it, to do it all right.
Hey, it's looking cracking now, though.
Yeah, it does look good. Every time we get like I said, we had I got a new boiler put in yesterday. Some guys came down from Manchester, and as soon as they come in, the guy went, "Fucking hell, look at that pond." He was over it, and then he was asking questions about it. Went in my bar, showed him around that. Every time we get the builders here, they're out over there looking at it.
Yeah. Did you pull him a pint in bar?
You what, guys?
Did you pull him a pint in bar?
No, I didn't, mate. No, I didn't. No, yeah. I was doing some at the time. But anybody that wants to go in that bar, they can have what they want out of it. I did have a load of videos to put up, like, but I spoke to Vince about this. I've been making videos and deleting them because I just get in a state of mind, and I think, fuck it, it's not good enough, and just delete it. And so I had loads of stuff.
Content's content, and you're doing it for you. That's what you're doing it for.
No, honestly, God, mate, I've been there before. I've had the tablets and that. It's just, you're in a world of shit, mate.
I've been there, mate.
There's only you can get out of it.
We've all been there, boy. Like I said to you.
If you want to see some vids that's not good enough, you want to watch some of mine.
I was just about to say, you watch my videos, don't you?
You've got to remember that you're doing it because you enjoy it, first of all and foremost. Anything else that comes from that, and if people enjoy watching it, let them decide whether or not it's crap.
I know, but remember when I hit the 1,000 subs, guys, and then it went down and up and down and up, and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? You know what I mean?
Well, there's
That was
an old
madness.
saying, mate, that I use many a time. There's many a prick in every rose bush, mate. And unfortunately, YouTube's full of a lot of them.
Yeah.
Hey!
Well,
Hey,
Some people have come, some people have
that's
joined
the
me,
Martin.
some people
I can't see that.
hey,
and some
that's
people,
the Martin I was following on my first videos who helped me do the box.
Oh, it was Will. I'm giving him a shout out, didn't he? I put him on the community post.
Yeah, well,
So
no,
what-
man. I learned loads from you, lad.
That's very
See,
yeah, listen to the energy there from that. He learnt loads from you. From
Yeah,
There are
no,
some
I did.
people copying then. There are some people copying stuff, which is good.
Right.
Copyright
see,
it, lad.
that's the impact you've had, Rob.
That's it. So we're to look
Yeah.
at.
Look
Look
at
at the
Will's
positive.
energy.
Yeah, man.
Good on
I'm
you.
away on
Good on
holiday
you,
on
Will.
Sunday.
I want some of what he's having.
That
You don't.
must be
You
some-
really don't, lad.
Well, that must be mine, that one that you're doing there in your hand, because it's my favourite colour.
Look,
Electric
I
blue,
am
mate,
doing.
that.
This is what I've got in my
Is
hand.
Are you doing the,
Pick
is
the
that the
bouquet.
thing you were telling me about over there? Is this for the, you know what?
Yes, this is for the
Yeah.
growing show. I ain't selling none
Oh,
until
right.
the growing show, and I'm making a massive forest. It's belter.
Forest.
Yeah. Have you seen in the mini forests, you know, when they have like in a big circular pot and they have like loads
You know
of
what?
miniature trees?
I'll take you out and show you. I wait to see me pond, lad.
We're
No,
going
I
on
love,
to-
I really do. I love his enthusiasm. It's infectious.
we're
Wait
going
till
on
Here
you
we
see
go. Go on,
No
Will.
phone. Ooh, no phone. Woo.
I'll show you mine in a minute.
Ooh,
As long as it's
Pond
on your
that is,
pond.
Vince. Bit of pond.
You see this?
Yeah, you're a bit choppy, your
Oh,
Wi-Fi
yeah.
not too cracky, but
I'm looking at a 1-inch screen and I'm half blind anyway, so what am I looking at here?
You know what?
Is
Well,
it-
me,
is it
got to
pond,
plug
guys?
this. Have a-
I think he's going out of range.
Yeah.
quick,
phone.
run back indoors.
No phone on my pond. I'm here. No phone on my pond, lad.
Yeah, get back in.
Right, don't
Yeah.
forget, guys, that's up for auction while I'm away.
Well, that's nice.
This is the
It's
one
not for
that
me.
he's doing for charity.
Japanese cherry blossom.
That's the one for
isn't it?
charity, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
It's for
nice.
brain
Yeah.
cancer research, and he's doing it on behalf of DT.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is
not?
for brain. So yeah, it is for brain. Yeah. Fucking hell, I
Yeah,
need
I
it.
knew
I
it
need
was.
these fucking brain.
I knew it was like that. I just thought I'd let you tell
Yeah,
me
I made it. I'm alive in my own. Yeah, make me day. Go ahead. I'm getting off. I've got trees to make fine of you.
Oh,
Hey, where's he gone?
Gone.
He's gone, yeah.
We're like a whirlwind, isn't he, man? He comes in,
yes.
comes in.
The real Tasmanian devil.
It's brilliant, man. Oh, dear me. Right, well,
Like a
we're
little
going to,
tornado, isn't he?
it is, mate, for sure.
I
Well,
walked round the
that's
Nashville
good
with him,
to
and
see
he was
somebody that-
such good
Because
fun.
I would imagine where he's been were a pretty dark place. And to see somebody, I mean, obviously, Martin, for yourself, mate, to see somebody like Will can pull through like what he has done from where he
Oh
was.
yeah, no, I know exactly what's been through. I remember when I found his channel, and I thought I'm going to put a community post up, and a lot of my followers just got straight on it. You know
That
what I
was
mean?
where I
And
found
that's
him.
where I think when he was going through his cancer thing.
Leukemia, I think, yeah, didn't it?
Yeah.
But I
I
think
mean,
when
I've
somebody-
lost both my parents to cancer, like, you know, and it's a horrible thing to see.
all my
So anyone
grandparents,
that goes through that, you know.
and both my mum and dad have both had it, mate. So yeah,
Yeah.
I've been lucky enough to keep my mum. I've been lucky enough to keep my
Yeah.
dad. So
I won a competition at my work, and I won a £350 voucher I donate to the Marie Curie cancer thing.
Nice one. Good to hear that. There's a place over in Manchester, and it's a specialist hospital that deals with cancer patients. And I forgot the name of the.
Yeah, it's at that children's hospital.
No, it's not just for children; it's for all. But it's got a certain name, and it's basically, I think it's like a place where they might go to get help, get support, get treatments, and also, you know, if they're going to go to I think it's called Christie's. That's it.
Yeah,
nice
that's ring the bell.
I was thinking that perhaps maybe if we did do something in relation to a charity event, that perhaps maybe Christie's or something like that would be a worthy charity to perhaps maybe do it. Christie's Hospital, that's it. Nice one, guys. Thank you.
That's good. Shout out, guys.
Sorry about that. Disposal of flying ants.
Disposable what?
Flying ants.
Flying ant?
Yeah. Apparently, I'm the only one in the house that can catch them.
Oh, yeah. And spiders. And everything else. Same here in my house now too. I've got a few of these comments, and we'll get into it with one of his first topics after we've said hello to a few more people. We've got Lisa Leach, who says, evening all. Good evening, Lisa. Thanks for joining us. Our Rocket Boy says, hi, guys. Gaz, Vince, Daz. Hope you all are good. Hope you're good. Mr. Tropical Koi, who says, who is the new panel member? I'm sure he was in the Beatles.
He's lost my words.
Is there about Will there?
That's a good one. That is a good one. She loves you, yeah. Anyway, Cash's got.
I'm getting a fucking haircut tomorrow.
Mate, you and me both. First thing Vin said to me when he come on, when we were backstage, you've been doing a lot of sanding again today. Yeah, maybe a little bit. There you go. Doggy boy, quick reply back from you there, Anthony. DT Koi says hello. LOL, Mr. Tropical Koi. Gary Webb says we've had rain. pH is 7.5 here where I am. Did a test on it back when we had our channel going. That's the thing, right? And that's what I wanted to test, guys. I wanted to check to see, does it differ certain times a year? Does it change, you know? Has anybody ever thought about melting a bit of snow off and doing a pH test on that? It's just food for thought.
We're only
you watch this now, every channel out there will all be doing a water test because they'll get it all in and get it done before I get mine out. So if you do, screw you all.
We're only about 5 miles away from the massive power station. So it'd be interesting to see if
exactly, yeah. What comes from your spring does?
That's groundwater.
Groundwater.
Yeah.
It don't come from ground though, mate. It falls from sky first before it gets there, doesn't it?
Well, yeah. It's filtered through the ground.
It's filtered through the ground though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question, guys?
Of course you can.
Have you had your first payment off YouTube yet?
I have, yeah. I've had several.
Right. I'm getting mine this month. I'm just buying loads of chemicals.
Big cash in there, eh? So you've got a fair few months backed up then.
Yeah. Well, I've had a lot of time off YouTube, honestly.
Yeah. Well, don't be aiming high or spending big.
Oh no! All I'm doing basically is I've bought some aquaflavin, some that bloody neutralizer for the
hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah, hydrogen peroxide.
Hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah, I bought some more food and some little bits just to keep me going, you know.
No, well, that's it, mate. At the end of the day, I mean, mine pays for my fish keeping.
Yeah.
And if once I've got that, you know, done and paid for and squared away, everything else I can put back into my pond or save to buy something for my pond.
Yeah, I think all my payments are just going to go straight back into the pond, like.
Well, you can do it. You can with the payments, you can either choose to have it paid out when you hit a certain target. So once you've hit that target, then you'll receive your payment. So
yeah, it's 60 quid in it, the first payment.
Yeah, the minimum 60, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, well, what I'm doing, I'm just leaving it, and when it gets to a certain amount, and then I'll get back to them, and then I've already got all my stuff worked out, you know. And so when that goes in, it'll go straight back out to get the stuff what I need.
Exactly.
Sweet.
That's it, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's the way to do it.
it makes sense, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
100%.
And it's thanks to you lot. I can do
Exactly.
that.
Yeah. Exactly that, Mark.
And I appreciate that very much.
I'm hoping that perhaps maybe in the near future, I might be able to earn enough to be able to pay for this StreamYard and get an actual full licensed copy of it. But the damn price of this StreamYard, man, you want to lower your prices because it's ridiculous for what it is and what you get.
What's the old prices on it then?
I think it's something like $148 for a year. Every year. And from that, you go from 720p
But
to 1080.
no, that's
It's
the
not like
thing.
you get it in 4K or
Thanks for that live stream now.
but it's not cheap.
Surely
Thank you
God, there's
very much.
there must be a free app out there that you can do it through.
Well, there is. I can use OSB, but it's then getting all you guys to get OSB. This is really relatively simple. The best bit about this is it's quite cheap in the sense of
It's free.
it's free. You're limited though, but it's easy to install as well. It's easy for you to use. It's user friendly, so to speak. Everybody can pretty much work out what they need to do to join us. So that's the best bit about it. I've had a look at one or two others. There is another one which is you can have in 1080p, but it has a massive big logo that comes up right where Daz would be now on your screen. And you'd have a big logo that now and again just comes half across his face, spins around, does for a few seconds, then goes off again. So half the time doesn't be out of shot. So or whoever we're in.
It's hard to see sometimes as it is.
And to get the version without that, you have to pay. They do it on purpose.
Yeah, I don't mind looking at a little duck powered by StreamYard in the top corner.
Oh no.
For now anyway. Koi Cameras says hi Orchard. Dino says hello all. Thanks for joining us again, Dean. I've got everybody's fishes that they sent through, so I think we're good. Any that have come through or haven't come through or you haven't posted, if you want to post them, you've still got a chance to do it on Facebook. But anything that's coming through as email from this point will be left as they are. We've got Yigsy says, there you go, it's diarrhea and fish as I was led to believe. Guy that says, evening guys, hope you're all well. Really struggling with internet. Thanks for joining us, bud. Hope you're having a good time, mate. Gwen says, hi, Gaz, Vince, Daz, how's everyone tonight? Richard and Sophie in Scotland. Thank you very much for joining us again.
Evening.
Cool.
Gavin says, would that indicate overfeeding?
Yeah, whether it's to do with overfeeding.
Well, I'll ask Ricky Stoddard with the amount of stuff that he feeds his fish, and I bet he doesn't see it. I would have said probably not. Maybe maybe on what you feed him, maybe.
I'm pummeling the food in at the moment. I mean, Betty is definitely growing in front of his eyes. She is definitely putting on some serious body at the moment.
Me too. I don't think I've had a season where I've
Derek?
spent so much money on food.
I bought 15 kilos at the Coventry show and it's gone already.
So I had a 10-kilo sack of Takazumi mix when I did the 2,000 subscriber giveaway, and that's practically gone now.
Yeah.
I've gone through half a bag of jewelry as well.
I won't tell you where I am then. I'm on my third 10-kilo bag.
Ed and that. Good evening.
Yeah, I think I've got
Heisenberg
already. 15 kilos.
I've had to run upstairs and go and put a top on.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Cheers for that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we want brilliant, not killing.
Says we're getting slapped by the YouTube with the old Free the Nipple campaign going on and everything.
Yeah.
Marcus Coy says, hello guys, hope all is good. Hope you are too. Kyle, hope you're well, mate.
Have you cut them slabs yet?
Evening, Paul.
Evening, Paul.
Slab? You cut your slabs?
What slabs?
Macca's. he's cutting old school council slabs, and the stone cutting
Yeah.
bit using it literally just scored it.
Oh, he needs a
Rather
diamond.
than,
You know, a diamond tipped cutting blade, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was willing
might
to
look
send
all
him
right,
one up.
you know. Might well look all right. He's done it.
Yeah. What do you say, Vince? I missed that.
I said I offered to send him one up, and he's like, "No, I'll be all right."
Struggle away with it. Oh, just,
Thing
I
is,
was still though, man. Rip them through in like 30 seconds, done.
diamond
No, but
blades.
what it is, Gaz, it's old school slabs. So you've got fucking great dirt stones everywhere in it
Yeah,
that are
that'll
a
be
bitch to cut.
Diamond,
Probably flint.
a good steel saw with a diamond cutting blade on it, mate. It's cut through it in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, hot knife through butter.
Yeah, the right tool for the right job. You can hire them for about 35 quid for a couple of days from like Speedy Hire, HSS. It's half the battle. Half the battle when you're doing a job is having the right gear and the right tools to do it with. You got the right stuff. I mean, just sticking a 9-inch grinder and putting a diamond blade on one of them, as long as you've got a good handle on it, a good grip on it,
Go straight through it, no problem.
Yeah.
I do that all the time.
I did mine with a 5-inch grinder.
Hard work.
Diamond bit. Straight in.
Here we go. Richard's asking a question. Water temps are getting hot. At what pond temperature do you cut back on the feed? And at what temp do you stop feeding altogether? Well, if it's getting hot, just keep feeding, mate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Depending on how hot.
Yeah, so long as it's below 30 degrees.
Yeah.
Gets above 30, then things start getting a bit dicey.
Would there be a cut-off temperature?
Well, you just won't feed with it if it's too hot.
I used to
I don't
panic
think we'd have-
when I had the old grown on tank. At one point that went up to about 34, 36 degrees, and that was with the door open. My little bubble was fucking puckering 5p, 50p, doing the water change rather rapidly just to try and get the temperature down.
Yeah.
Because that's just crazy temperatures.
It is, it's scary, yeah. Get those pipes
Well, how
in,
did they?
get it cooled
Well, how
down.
did they get on in foreign countries then?
Exactly, mate. They just eat. I mean, I don't think we'd ever get any temperatures in this country where we'd have to go, oh my God, it's too hot.
I think you'll find a lot.
Sunshade, yeah, but not to the level of.
I had problems in my greenhouse last year. I mean, all the windows and all the doors was open, but the temperature got up in the 40s.
Yeah.
And that was difficult to control.
I'll let you into a little secret. If you open all your windows and all your doors, you just make a neutral air pressure. You want to open one big door and one small window, and then you'll get what's called positive pressure ventilation, and that's the only way you'll cool it down. You open all the windows in your house, and your house stays the same ambient temperature because you neutralize the pressure in your house. To get rid of the heat in your house, you need to open one big front door and then close all your other doors and go open one and open one window, and that room will draw the cold air through or the cooler air through. It's what the fire service use to clear a building full of smoke, positive pressure ventilation. But by opening all of them, negative pressure, which means no air comes in or goes out. You more keep your room and your house cooler by closing all your windows and closing your curtains than doing the opposite effect of opening all your windows.
Well, I did find the survival threshold last year for koi. I had a fish tank in the polytunnel, and the normal pool waters got up to about 36 degrees, and the fish were okay. The fish tank, however, that got up to 40 or 42 degrees, and it cooked them. You can't go any higher than that.
Yeah. At what point did you start cooking though, Dallas?
It was like hot tea. There was no way they were going to survive that.
Obviously, but in here, Daz, it's the same, mate. I have to when it gets hot, heat of summer in here, I have to pop the tank lid off to let the heat radiate out, because that says 34 degrees, and even with today's temperature, it says 30 on tank right now. My heater's switched off and it's just staying at 30. So that's just the temperature of this room in here. So,
Yeah, my dad, a couple of years ago when he had the tanks, when we had that hot spell, he had these little fans that used to clip on the edge of the tank
to blow over the surface, top of water.
Cool water, cool air across the top of the surface.
Yeah.
Just to try and keep.
Dan, I would have finished the cooking off by slipping them in a pan with a little bit of butter. Delicious.
You're only this big. There's only about six. Wouldn't have fed a mouse.
You'd have got more from eating sardines.
I would, yeah.
You've got to have mushy peas with them now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mushy peas and chips.
Growing temperatures, Vince, is from 24 to 26 is optimal growing temperatures for your fish.
Yeah.
24 to 26 degrees.
Yeah.
So if you push, I mean, how hot did your pond get last year when we had that real hot summer? Because I think mine got up to about 30 odd at one point.
I think mine went up to, I think the highest point was about 32.
32. Yeah. So you got a bit more warmth down there then, didn't you? So 32. And did you have any problems with any of your fish? They all right? They're all.
No, they're all fine. But then I am pumping 120 litres a minute into the bio chamber, and both feeds are being returned over the top of the shower as well.
So, I don't think in the UK we'd ever have to worry about it, but there's nothing to say that Richard is from the UK. So yeah,
I think one of the biggest problems in high temperatures is oxygen, really.
Yeah, oxygen depletion.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Turn it up full.
Give as much as, well, mine's up full all the time anyway. Give them as much as I can all year round. So that way I don't have to turn it down and turn it back up again. Just leave it as it is. Full whack, everything. Have it. You get it all year round. We got any more questions in here? If not, we'll have to see. Let's go on to one of his second topics. Right. I don't agree with this one, but I'm going to read it out as it is. We've got, are the clowns at the BKKS in touch with the people in the hobby? And does it need to move on from the BKS to something better that gives more to the hobbyist? And that's from Mr. Bates. Personally, for me, I disagree with your statement, mate. Yeah. I do think they're in touch with the communities. I do think they're in touch with the hobbyists. At the end of the day, it was full with hobbyists walking around it. And obviously people that maybe just enjoy looking at fish as well. But for what they do, and the fact that they do it all for free, completely voluntary.
Yeah.
I think me out to them.
Is that something to do with that? Sorry, is that something to do with that Facebook post, guys? That was on today.
That I don't think that particular. Well, it could be aimed around it, but again, that's the same thing as being taken out of context.
Well, personally, I disagree with the statement, because as someone who was not going to go to the National this year, I'm glad I did, because as soon as you walked into that showground, as soon as you walked through that admissions tent, you instantly could see changes and improvements to what there was last year in the way the water systems were working, the air systems were laid out. You know, you could see that there'd been a lot of money spent just on the water quality. So, 100%. Yeah, I totally disagree with that statement. Yes, there is probably a little bit more that the BKKS could do to maybe get the younger generation more involved, but I don't think they did a bad job when it comes to the National this year.
I don't at all. I think it was a good atmosphere. There was fish there to see from
every range.
Yeah, from all sorts of people brought on this time. There was young kids that were showing, or teenagers, should I say. There was some belting fish to look at. I mean, what more can a hobbyist want?
Yeah.
How could they make it any different for the everyday hobbyist? Because if we all went to look at everyday hobbyist fish, they'd be pretty whack, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
There wouldn't be fine examples of what koi showfish are if we went to go look at garden centre fish.
Yeah.
I think if there'd be no hobbyists, there'd be no koi shows.
Well, exactly that, Mark.
I totally agree, mate. They wouldn't, because these people.
So it's us that make that, isn't it, really? It's
Sorry,
the guys that make that.
If these guys that have got these, 50, 60 grams worth of fish in their 40, 50 grams worth of pond, if they didn't take them fish there for us to have a look at, what would we going to look at? The fact that they show those fish and are prepared to do so gives us, as hobbyists and koi keepers, something to go and look at.
Yeah, you'd be going to the garden centres, wouldn't you?
Flip it on its ass and turn it other way around. Would we get the extreme hobbyists coming to look at our run-of-the-mill fish?
Yeah.
No, we wouldn't.
At the end of the day, it's very easy to call people, but until you get involved in the show scene, you have no idea what goes into it. And there's a massive amount of work that goes into setting all that up. People just take it for granted.
And it's not just that, it's a massive amount of money as well.
Yeah, it's a gamble as well at the end of the day.
A lot of it's voluntary, isn't it? Voluntary work.
I think
What
it's
if
all
it's
voluntary, isn't it?
It's all voluntary work. The judges are voluntary. Everybody that's involved in erecting and assembling and putting it all together, putting it all up, there's 5, 6, 7 days, maybe 2 weeks worth of preparation work going to get there, get it all set up, getting it all done. And it's all for nothing. None of it, they're taking the time out of their own annual leave, if they're employed and they're working, to go down there and put together and assemble it all for us to go down there and pay 10 quid to walk through the door.
So where's all the money going then, Gav? The money you make, where's all that go?
The money they make, mate, I don't believe there is any money to make. It costs 50
Every money they take goes into what I would presume will go into the next year's show.
Yeah. And like I say, it's a gamble, whether they break even or not at the end of the day. They're taking the risk.
It costs 50k, 50 grand, £50,000 to put the national on this year. So when you work out how much they take on the door, £10 per person, I bet that struggle to even break even.
Yeah, you'd have to have a lot of people there, wouldn't you?
I was amazed because I hadn't been before, but I paid me £10 and they offered me the glossy brochure on the show, and I said, "Oh, how much is this?" And it was free, in with the 10 quid. I mean, you go anywhere else, and you'd be paying 10 or 15
You'd be
quid
paying
for one of those.
10, 20 quid for a program.
You go to an air show, and the program for an air show is a colossal price.
And you'd be paying for parking as well.
Yeah. You go to the NEC now; it's about 18 quid to park, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you think of
printing costs,
and it's everything about every one of them, and you get that when you walk through the door. All right, yes, it's not an extremely expensive magazine, and there's a lot of advertisements and a lot of pictures and a lot of sales in it. But
I wouldn't want to print them.
Exactly. If you were printing out, 20, 30,000 for that, it ain't going to be cheap.
Huh?
Well, it's not just that. Those programs, they're professionally put together.
Yeah.
That's not someone doing it at home. So they haven't been cheap in themselves. So
that's what I mean.
When you start looking at little things like that, and then you take into account like Mike Coy Beginners might be able to correct me, but stop your laughing, you. I think for someone who was showing, they paid £80 for the VAT.
There's all the water.
That's not a lot of money.
That's not a lot of money.
I personally think, the first year that I went on the koi scenes and going around them all, I was blown away. Absolutely blown away. I mean, I've never seen koi of that size. I've seen them online, but as everybody always says, this will be the only time that I agree with this statement. The camera doesn't do them justice. It really doesn't. It really doesn't at all. When you see a fish that's almost half the length of your body, you think, God damn, that's the size of your average 8-year-old, 6, 7-year-old.
It's not just the size though, but it's the quality that they are.
Quality, mate, yeah, 100%. I would be proud as punch to have fish that looked at that quality. I would be.
About 70 cents. The biggest one I've seen, and that was it. That Blackpool place.
77.
Something like that, yeah, 70.
You got to get Martin. You got to get yourself. Come and join us at the Newark Showground, mate. And I can guarantee you that will be an average fish at Newark.
It's at Newark, I eat.
Yeah, it's Newark. What date is that, Gaz?
26th, it's the bank holiday weekend.
Yeah, 26th of August, yeah.
Is it 26, Daz? Is that what we found out?
I'm sure it's 26. Vicky told me today.
There we go then. 26.
It's the bank holiday weekend, I eat.
Yeah. And I reckon the Newark last year the Newark was in a smaller environment to what the other ones are, but I believe this year it's going to be twice as big as what it was. And it was rammed. It was absolutely brilliant. The hustle and bustle of people walking through, and that shag man was a metre plus. It was huge, absolutely massive, beautiful fish.
I'm right up in Cumbria, right up in the sticks. I mean, it's pretty far. I mean, where's Kyle been walking? Has Kyle been walking?
Kyle? I'm not sure.
Kyle,
I don't know.
Walking here, I think it is, isn't it? Well, that's 600 miles from here.
That's not that, mate.
600 miles.
Yeah, but you've got a fancy schmancy BMW.
That's 3.5 hours driving.
No,
Don't ever work that out.
It's 6 hours drive.
What are you doing? Like in reverse?
You what, mate?
What are you doing it in reverse?
Oh, no. I drive like Mrs. Daisy.
No,
nothing wrong with that.
The thing what you're going to do, Matt, is
I'll tell you what, though. I've just bought that BMW, right? And I say I drive like a granddad boy. I'm a granddad, but every now and then I put my foot down and the wife shits herself. It's funny.
I was going to say, you can't say that you don't put your foot down on there because I've seen the video of you.
Oh, that's a different car. That was an M3, that one. This is a better one.
Well, you've got no excuse at all now then, have you? So you should cut that down by an hour. So that's a 5-hour journey.
When we went down to Vince's the other week, I drove from Huddersfield, picked up Dave. From picking up Dave to pick up Daz. From Daz to Birmingham. From Birmingham to
Henlow.
And then where's yours from that, Vince? After
Henlow
that?
to Basingstoke.
And then everything back in reverse. I was 13.5 hours driving, mate.
No, I thought that. It's just too much, mate.
No sweat. Did it, piece of cake. Give me that. There and back. Yeah, done. Actually did it on 1 tank of fuel as well. That car's pretty damn good for fuel consumption.
Well, I think my car's been remarked. But it's pretty good on fuel, like.
Yeah, but yours is a Fiesta, isn't it? Put a twin exhaust on it. People think it's a wheelbarrow.
What better than your mate? Mine didn't just have £4,000 spent on his engine.
No, it wasn't £4,000. It was £1,000.
Buy a bloody car for that.
Gearbox ECU.
My van needs one as well, Vince. Needs a new gearbox and a new flywheel. It sounds like I've got a bag of spanners rattling around under the bonnet. That was bad. It's literally it's on its ass. Well,
So how
It's
far
going
is Newark from Barrow then?
Where you
How
way
far
from?
from where?
From Barrow in Furness.
Well, in fairness,
Barrow in
I
Furness.
reckon
Right.
3 hours.
I haven't got a computer.
3
handy,
hours
so-
driving.
What was that, Ed?
Good. About 3 hours,
3 hours.
To Newark.
if that. Yeah. Go down, go past over the Pennines and go straight down the I1.
Right.
There you go. You could meet up with us on the Sunday, Martin.
Well, when is it?
Who's
Oh.
got Google Maps on?
Well, here comes the trifle.
Not
Daz
me.
is on the trifle.
Yeah.
Inverness down to.
How long with a bit of tribal?
That in fairness.
Not Inverness, Barrow in Furness.
Well, that's Lake District, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's just edge of the Lake District.
So you're talking.
Don't get me, I'd love to go down to one of them shows, meet all you lot. Make me day.
Just give us your address. I'm only messing around.
Postcode LA144BS. There you go.
LA1.
LA144BS. Bravo Sierra.
No, you told me not to.
It's about 3 hours.
3 hours.
About.
It's not a long drive for me, that. My age.
Come across the
Yeah, mate.
Pennines and go straight down the I1.
Yeah, it's not a long drive for me, that.
Just a steady cruise in that BMW would be fine. Nice and
not,
comfortable.
man. No.
Yeah, I bet it's got fucking heated seats and everything, isn't it?
Well, it's, it's a nice car.
Nice
Yeah,
car, but
well,
I bet it's got cruise control, hasn't it? And I bet it's got that auto braking and lane steer and all the rest of it. See, I mean, technically,
Yeah, it's got all that shit, mate.
spin
got stuff in
chair
it I
out
don't
and
know how to
stick it
work.
off with the grandkids, it drives itself.
Fuck me, you'd be able to snooze while you're going down the road, boy.
Yeah.
The thing to do, Matt, the way to do it, mate, is to go down, take a nice steady run down, find a little bed and breakfast, nice and cheap, 40, 50
And then meet us
quid,
on the Sunday.
Yeah, that sounds
stop
good.
overnight, and then go back up.
That sounds good, that, like. I'd love to do that.
It'd be fucking awesome to have you there.
So many guys on YouTube that I want to meet. So many guys.
Well,
Right,
I'll
I'll be back in a second. I've just got to drop off the phone a second.
Well, I enjoyed the Newark Sankey Secret Sankey event. That was very good.
that was
And that was only in that.
That was good. And I'll
barn.
say this much, Tony: if they're doing it again and any other events, I'll be going to them because that was a good day. I did enjoy it. That was,
Really enjoyed it.
Yeah. But going back to the national for a moment, I just think, what a fantastic day out for a tenner.
Yeah, it is.
exactly. Yeah, you mean the fuel down, fair enough, but you tell me where you can go out and I guess really it's what you make of it yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, you go down there with the right people, the right group of friends. You go down, have a good laugh, have a good giggle, see some lovely fish, have a bit of food together, have a bit of a natter, nice steady drive back home. You tell me where you can go out and have a good time like that for 50, 60 quid.
Yeah, and get it all documented.
We was
Exactly.
there till they more or less kicked us out, weren't they?
Yeah, pretty much, man. We were the last few people in car park when it were done.
Yeah.
And the other thing is,
proper enjoyed everyone I've been to.
yeah, and the other thing
I
is,
also enjoyed
Yeah, me
filming
too.
it all and putting it out there for other people to see.
yeah, and the other thing is, if you're interested in buying some fish, the prices ranged from sort of 30 quid to 2,000 or 3,000, but generally there was something for everybody there.
Yeah.
And I know
The only thing I found was when you was trying to find parts for stuff, you couldn't buy parts, like for the Nexus or whatever, some valves or anything. You couldn't buy parts, if you know what I mean, like for your pond.
Did you take that up with EA on the store?
No, they don't do it though, do they? It's the little outlets who do the parts. Because last year they were selling parts and whatever. This year you couldn't seem to get any parts you wanted.
Yeah, but to be fair, how much it costs to
Right
have
down.
a stand there? They've got to make it pay to cover their costs. So it's probably not economically viable to sell things like spare parts at a show like that.
No, I mean if there was on the shop like the school the people who are selling the fish and food and that, if they just had like bits and like spare parts knocking about,
Yeah,
that was all.
Trouble
Like
is, there's
like
so
them,
much-
the valves and that for the Tempests, there was on the EA was having them, weren't they?
trouble is, there's
Like
so
the
much
year
gear out
before, you
there.
could buy them.
There's
Yeah,
so
but the
much
thing is,
gear
if
out
they'd
there,
taken a load of them valves to the National this year, they would have made a fucking killing, because
Yeah,
I
I
would have
know.
walked
That's what
away
I'm
with
saying.
2. You know, and all I got was, well, if you've got a bill of receipt, we'll give you one for free. If not, there's 16 quid. Well, okay, I'll have one then. Oh no, you've got to go online and get it.
That's what I mean. You
I'm
couldn't
at the
buy any
fucking joke.
parts
It
if you wanted
stands
them.
here, you know.
Yeah, but you've got to remember that the amount of products that they do, and I'm not sticking up for them because at the end of the day, I won't buy one of them in the first place. The amount of products that they do, they can't take one of everything, can they? Jesus. I mean, how big a store would they have? They're limited out there. And what they're trying to push is new sales. It's always the same. They're not bothered about once they've got your money, they've got your money. They just want new sales. And that's what business is about.
Yeah, I understand that, Gaz, but at the same time, the amount of people that went into that tent and complained about that shitty valve on their Tempest, and they only had about 5 or 6 they took with them.
But the thing is, you all keep buying them. You know, if you want them to change your product, you gotta vote with your ass pocket, haven't you? If you keep
I didn't
buying them,
buy
they're gonna keep
My dad did.
well, your dad did. But if you all keep buying the product that's inferior and faulty because it's made of cheap ass bits and pieces that are put together to make a unit, then they're going to keep producing them, and you guys are going to keep swallowing them up and keep buying them. If you want it to improve, stop buying them, and they'll.
I think the Tempest is overpriced anyway.
Until it does do what it should be doing.
The Tempest itself is bang on. It's just that stupid valve. The Tempest, I can't fault that whatsoever. It's just the
Oh, yeah, it might
valve.
be a good filter, but I think it's a bit pricey for what it is.
Oh yeah, for what it is.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'd go along with that.
The bit I don't get is why do they make them translucent?
Yeah, so they go green.
And then they go green. Everybody covers them with a big black boot over it.
Then they sell you a jacket to cover it up. So it's even more to buy.
well, yeah,
No, you have to go to someone else to get them.
you have to
Even
get
though Evolution Aqua don't have nothing to do with them.
no,
It's some guy on eBay. My dad's bought 2, and each one's cost him, I think, it's about 38 quid a piece.
Wow.
What's that, the jacket?
Yeah, the jackets that go, the neoprene jackets that you can put around the Tempest to stop them from algaing up.
If you
I
took
mean,
the
I'm not-
sewing
I'm
machine, you
not-
could make
Just
one
another way of
yourself.
getting money out of it, isn't it?
Well, it
Yeah.
is, mate.
Yeah.
But that's marketing, isn't it? That's how everything works, isn't it?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you've got something that's an inferior part, if it were
Well,
anything
fucking
else,
well,
let's say,
that's
for example, it was one of your components on your car, it'd get recalled, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's not life threatening and it's not going to do anything major. It's just left, or you get a replacement valve if you've still got your bill of sales. But
Yeah.
if people keep buying them, why are they going to change them? Because people keep buying them. I mean, you all keep buying the Easy Pod and everything else that goes with it that you have to have all that other shit to. So, I mean, I don't know why you all do that either, but
Sometimes, though, you have to think.
No,
out the
there's
box.
nothing wrong with the Easy Pod.
I love my Easy Pod.
there is something wrong with the Easy Pod. One thing, and that's the only thing I'm going to say.
The
That
one
little
shot.
valve on the bottom.
That
you dump
hump
it
on the
all
bottom.
out, That's just should if it were just below, but then again you'd always end up knocking it off or breaking it. But if it was molded into the bottom so that it was part of like a tap valve coming out of the bottom in the mold, so that when you open it, it purged away instead of leaving it an inch and a bit short of the bottom.
Yeah.
That's the only major fault to it. But
Yeah, but if it was molded into the bottom, if you molded into the bottom and you knocked it, you cracked it, you'd be nothing, wouldn't it?
Well, how many of us walk into his ponds kicking crap out of his filter systems? Because I'm sure as hell I don't.
Well, it depends how many pints you've had.
Oh, how many ponds you got in your garden?
With the Nexus, it is moulded into the bottom.
Yeah, I've got the same with me. Filter bays. I've got two different types of filter bay. One of them, it drains down to about that far from the bottom. The other one, it's completely flush at the bottom. It drains every last drop out. You think, well, why aren't they all like that?
But
That's the thing.
As far as
There's
spares
loads
go,
of ways. There's loads of ways they could improve it, and they could implement changes to them, but they don't, because whenever people buy them as they are, they don't need to do. People stop buying them, they'll make the changes. It's
But
not
they're
just.
still a popular filter, though, ain't they?
It's what?
They're still a popular filter, though.
Well, of course they are, mate. Yeah, but so are Morris Minders, but you don't see many of them on the road anymore.
How many people here have got a Nexus? Tony's got one and all that.
I've got one.
yeah,
Yeah, he's
Nexus
got one.
is good. I got a 17-year-old Nexus.
I've basically got a Nexus
Half of you got a Nexus.
No.
I don't have
because I've got an
anything
easy pod and a bio bin. It's basically a Nexus, isn't it?
Yeah,
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
But how many easy pods you got? You got 3, 4, ain't you?
4.
4.
I've got
Soon to
2
be
on the
4.
main pond, one running the grown-on tank, which is run by an air pump, and there's one on the tow-side tank, which is run by 3,600 litres an hour, which is going to be changed back to a 10,000 berry.
I know this gets people fired up when we talk about the easy pods. Oh, the best things in sliced bread. Are they shite, man? Best things in sliced bread were a whole loaf that you can cook yourself, so you can have it as big as you want. But
Yeah, beat an homemade filter, mate. Homemade
you
filters.
you can. There's plenty of filters out there better than it, and then there's plenty of filters out there better than the easy pod. But for every filter that's out there, they've all got the design faults. They've all got the flaws in one way or another. They all everything does, doesn't it? It's not. It's just like, for example, the component that you're talking about. If they spent maybe another for what they charge, 200 quid for a cylinder tube of plastic with a cap on top and a cap on bottom and a little bit of pipe inside. 200 quid.
Yeah.
Have you actually priced up that clear acrylic tubing to make one yourself?
The acrylic tubing is the most expensive component out of it itself. But
well, how much did it cost Derby Coy to make his?
I'm not sure, but
yeah,
isn't Andy's slimmer than the Tempest is?
I don't know, because he's got the same. I think he's got more media in on that one.
There's it as well.
I know
Cat and I made theirs, and he said it's virtually the same price what he made his for if you could go out and buy one.
But if you look at Cat and I's one, it's very tall.
Yeah,
it's actually a lot.
Electric components in there, ain't they?
Yeah, and
Ken
the
from Michael Coy Obsession, he's done 2 of them on DIY tempers on him.
Yeah.
Who's it did one? Oh, what's he called? I've forgotten his name. He's just he
Jim. It's what I do. He's got 2.
No, he was the first one to do the double barrel one.
Life around the koi pond.
Jamie did make his own as well, but he made his out of 6-inch soil stack, didn't he?
You ain't on about Righty, are you? Because he had one.
No, I'm not on about Righty.
No.
It was, who is it? The lad that had.
I think I know where you mean. Yeah. Oh, bloody hell. What's his name? Just for Coy.
Just for Coy, yeah. Just for Coy made one out of a double barrel. Double barreled one, he made it and called it.
He did, Dana. Did he make one? Yeah, he did. Just
he
for Coy.
Side beside each other. And he said when he did his, I think it saved him something like 28 quid.
Yeah. That's the way it goes. I've priced up making various filters before now, and as often as not, I've come to the conclusion you might as well just buy one already manufactured.
Yeah.
The Tozai tank that I got recently, I I priced up actually making a marine ply box and fiberglass in it myself. By the time I bought the plywood and the fiberglass and the reinforcing timber and so on, it was going to cost more than buying that tank that I bought. You know, if you can get some reclaimed timber cheaper, then all well and good. But
Mate, I'm all for recycling. That's one of my big things. I love to recycle shit, as people know. But that is one thing I will never do when it comes to any form of pond ever again, and that is use any type of wood, because I used both reclaimed wood and brand new wood on that old filter house and that tank, and that wasn't up for very long. And
It was
it
a lot of money
rocked.
when you pulled it down.
Mate,
Yeah, but there's other reasons and other elements into that. That your soak away, which is directly underneath your shed, there's a lot of moisture in there, and moisture likes to rise, especially into. See, the thing with timber is everybody forgets that. I mean, you chop down a tree, the tree still wants to do its job, and its job is to absorb moisture, to provide the branches and the leaves with everything that they need, minerals and water to grow its leaves. You take away the leaves of the branches of the tree, the timber still wants to do its same job. It's still a natural sponge, and it will soak up as much as it can. So while you've got it all dropping our way into a soak away, your timber's good.
Yeah, guys, I've got a question for you. We've all made our own made filters. What would you say that was the most popular DIY filter?
3 barrel.
Got to be
Three
3
barrel.
barrel.
3 barrel. Not
Yeah,
back
3
shower.
barrels as well.
Oh, maybe a back. Yeah, maybe a backy
There's
shower.
a lot of
Yeah,
shower,
maybe a
shower
backy
builds
shower.
out there.
static beds and showers. Yeah, I would say at the top two.
And there is a few DIY
But a
easy
shower's
pods.
not, but a shower's not a filter.
Yes, there is a few DIY easy pods. I had one.
If we're talking filters, then a filter.
It's got to be the barrels, I
I'd definitely say the barrel, but
And they actually work.
yeah, your showers technically not a filter, are they?
No. And I see quite a few dodgy looking
Trickle
showers
tower,
that don't
shower.
really do what they're supposed to.
No, they're
My
trickle
showers are
showers
working
more
all
than
right.
showers, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know, they're just not showers, they're trickle towers.
Yeah.
Right. They're trickle towers if there isn't a way of the actual thing drawing in air.
Trickle
Now,
towers.
if you're drawing in air through the sides of the container or whatever it is you're using, then you have got a shower, because
No.
you're feeding oxygen in, because
The
when
shower's
you when
determined by the
it's joining
speed and
in.
flow rates going through it.
Join it in.
The shower runs at 20,000 litres. A trickle shower is like 10,000 or lower.
well, that's all right then, because I've got about 18,000 litres going over my shower. So,
So we're saying
but
that the
because of the
3 barrel
containers
system-
I've used, there's handle
Pulling
holes
air
on
in.
the side, so it's constantly pulling air in.
When it, yeah, that's another topic, isn't it? Backy showers are moving beds. Oh, sorry, backy showers and moving beds. Skeggy says most popular.
Yeah, I'd say moving beds would shout. Mine's working brilliant. It's just a what, but
Yep. That's all mine is on the grind on tank.
yeah, does the job.
And on the ground, on the main pond, it's an 80-litre dustbin.
Mine's pumped in and gravity fed out through the wall of the pond.
Yep.
All I'm going to say is good evening and welcome everybody, and thanks for joining us. For all the other people that I've missed, because we have just done some random rants, not rants, but chatters and talks and chats and this evening. So I apologise for anybody that I haven't said hello to. There we go, Paddy. I'll pick a few out. Is there anybody that's got any questions that would like to ask a question in here? Crafty, I will get you on in a minute, mate. if you can hear me at
Yeah,
background.
if Crafty wants to come on, I'll drop out.
I'm
I've got
dropping
things
out
to
now,
do.
and the phone's dying.
Would those things to do include another top up?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you later and that in a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll catch you next week.
And that.
We was talking earlier, Gaz, about.
I'll catch you later.
Cheers,
Thanks,
Ed.
eh?
We'll see you later.
Ta,
Ed.
ta.
Cheers,
Take it
Aid.
easy.
Yeah,
I'm going to go now as well, guys.
Oh,
Thanks for your
I'm not pushing people out.
time.
And
Oh, look.
well, when Martin dropped out, thanks very much for joining us, Martin. Give us a bell
Yeah.
if you want to go, mate. If you want to join
Yeah,
us.
I enjoyed it. I'll see you all hopefully soon, and I might come on the next one.
Get down and
Stay
Bye, boy.
positive, mate.
Nice to see you.
All right, thanks for your support.
Take care,
Best
Martin.
wishes.
Always, Rob. You know that.
See you later, guys.
Take care, mate. Now then, while we have got one free space, if there is anybody out there that's not been on before would like to come and join us this evening and come in and have a natter and talk some crap with us,
Oh, nice to see Martin.
We're good at that.
feel free. Come and join us. Click the link, follow the description.
Come on, Skeggy.
He keeps threatening it, but well, he actually might not be able to. He might not be able
How you
to.
doing, lads? Anyway, you all right?
Yeah, not
Well,
bad,
mate,
yeah.
he might have been in a fight with a lawnmower.
You are. Oh, mate, the missus fucked my hair right up, bruv. Fucking believe, mate. I cut it to a blade one, innit? That's what I always do. And she always has a look over to see if there's any like loose strands. And she went, "Oh, you've done it perfect this time." She took the blade off me clippers and said, "Yeah, I did tidy it round the back of the neck. You know, the bit you can't see yourself." And she went straight at the back of my head, and I was like,
Oh,
"What have you done?" And she went, "It don't look that bad." So, mate, I put the video camera on my phone, filmed the back of my head, and then had a look. It was a big old. And I was like, "If I would have trusted you, you would have let me walk him around with his big clipper mark down the back of my head."
Doing a Keith Flint.
no, I tell you what, as soon as he said it's not that bad, you know it's bad.
Yeah.
Mate, look, I've got like a Robocop haircut now. Look, straight down there, look, it's like Murphy from Robocop.
Yeah. what I want to know, right, is how do you know when to stop washing your face and go from conventional soap
What
to shampoo?
Right
What
over.
point do you switch?
I'll just do it all.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Just do it all now.
come on then, give it a plug, mate, because there is the last dying few days before anybody else is.
Well, I've got a little bit more news on what we're doing. So I've been finalised today. So I have got yeah, that's what I said to the missus actually, Pete. As I said, I look like a Bergen-Belsen victim. You know what I mean? And
God, if you're too chubby, it looked like a Belson victim, you twat.
yeah, true that, mate. If I had your frame, I'd definitely fit the bill, Vince. You know what I mean? But yeah, anyway, so I have got a yellow monkey, as people see me win in the auction the other week. That will be up for the Japanese auction, and it will be at the price I paid for at the auction. So,
$5.
yeah, I think
In your dreams.
like 700 quid, I think. But if you've seen Rick's, again, not to plug anyone else's channel, but if you've seen what Rick has done with the yellow monkey at the farm, and I've seen that on a good feeding regime, they really, really beef up. I've got 2 in the ponds. It may only be one because the guy that bought my first one, 63 cm monkey, that the bloke that bought that, I think is coming to the grow on event. So I think if he's staying on, you'll get to see it. If not, it'll be bagged up. And I've still got a 61 cm one in the pond anyway. But I'm putting a couple of secret Sankey up for auction. A nice Shiro at Sora, it's still got work to do, but it's going to be decent once it's done its thing. You've got to just be a little bit patient, let the sumi develop on it, and I believe a goshki if it doesn't sell before the event. So there's a real nice goshki in there that, again, it's all going up for Japanese auction. And those people that don't know what one of them is, we're going to put it up for a price. The price will be indicated by us, but it won't be the normal RRP price. It'll be a knockdown price. And then people that want it put their names into a hat, and then we will pull the name from the hat. Person that then is pulled will get to win the fish at the price that we're putting it out for. We are also reducing koi stop lines by 30% as well. So that is only available to people taking part or coming with their +1s, for example. So Vince, you're in luck. I'm also putting reductions on dry goods as well. We haven't confirmed what percentages yet, so I think I said 30% earlier on Rick's channel. That was more for the koi stuff rather than the dry goods, but they're still going to be knockdown rates anyway, and it'll be the same on the koi food. I have had so many people buy sake that it's actually not left. It's not left a lot for the event, but I'm
What was that everyone put up?
You looks like you're dressed for Kelly.
Evening, guys. Vince looks like he's dressed up for live TV.
We're also,
He's changed him, hasn't he? How many swear words you heard him say tonight? Them.
he's got their sprinkles as well. Have you been using oil of Olay?
No,
You need some Brill cream on that as well, son. Proper.
no, it's getting cut tomorrow.
No chance. On top of that, so we've done the food. Koi Cafe, free lunch, free drink. Fenland Lass is also bringing a couple of bar nails down for everyone to look at.
Oh, cool.
And whatnot, so that'll be quite nice. Prizes. So part of the prize, just one as a teaser. Okay. Best growth non-heated pond. Best growth heated pond. Best quality as judged by Alan Tate. And myself, I might have to have a bit of a word in there as well. And also best average growth for YouTuber team as well. Now the prize will be a free fish to all winners for the next event. So it's on top of a couple of other things that we're going to do as well. But we're going to make it a prize to be worth being in the shout for, rather than just 250 quid in a bag of sake. I want to give a free fish and some extras, but all will be revealed on the day. And I don't want to put everything out. I want people to buy tickets and come and find out. You know, we have sold another 5 or 6 tickets this evening, so they're starting to deplete really, really fast. So, you know, if you want to take part, guys, it's on Saturday at 3 o'clock, starting at 3. Harper's 5 doors shut to the general public. Then the floor is open to you guys to have a look through. You know, we have also got Tropics and Marines in there as well. They will also be up for buy-in. I'm quite certain of that, although I haven't cleared it with their department, but I should imagine that it wouldn't be a problem. You know, and it's going to be an event for everybody that turns up. It's like Ricky said, he made it perfectly clear that I'm losing money on these fish.
Yeah.
And he really hates it when, you know, and he won't mind me saying this, but he hates it when dealers do things like this because they're worth a lot more money than that. And he doesn't like seeing it look like they're not worth what they're sold for originally. They really are, but I am making a loss on these fish. The reason for making a loss is simple. I want people to come down and have a look at my shop, right? And there's nothing better than dangling a real good quality fish at a really beatable price I'll take a hit in my pocket if it means that you guys come back again and again and again. Because one thing I will say, if you haven't seen the likes of Gaz's video on the shop, it's probably one of the best videos that's been done. So go over on his channel, have a look at when he come down to Perfect Aquatics, because, you know, to be quite honest, he done a fucking good job, and he really actually painted us in a good light. And one thing I will say, the outdoor pond, we've fixed it. So now, Gaz, I don't mind you filming it.
I'll say one thing, Crafty. I genuinely wouldn't have come down to see your place, not for any other reason, just the distance and that. But I was genuinely blown away.
Yeah, you know, those people. Mate, you can still put your 200 quid in. We'll pick you a decent fish out, and then I'll post it up to you for £25 postage. You know, again, you're still getting a fish for £225. You can take part in the event. You'll be invited back, because the awards, they will be awarded on the next event, right? So people can see what happens, and it means that, you know, if people want to be part of the next event, they come down, have a look at the awards. You know, you'll be back as a +1 before we've even bought a ticket. You know, I want it to be a yearly event at Perfect Aquatics that grabs traction, and a good customer base where people have, you know, make friends, you know, socialise, and, you know, do what Gaz is doing on his channel, which is bringing everyone together for, you know, a conversation. But, you know, did you like it, Gaz?
Say again?
Did you like it, the shop?
Oh yeah, brilliant, mate. Yeah, 100%. And I've got to admit, mate, all your staff were really helpful and talkative as well. Everybody I did ask some of them if they wanted to get in on film and on footage. I'm like, oh, no. But they all had a conversation with me. They were more than happy.
They've got more face for radio, haven't they?
To be fair,
I never said that.
If you were doubtful about the distance, don't be, because it's
well worth the trip.
You can make a day of it. There's that much to see there. You won't be disappointed. It's not like spend 5 minutes around there, have a quick whiz around, and then go. No, there's absolutely. I'd say you've probably got the most stuff of any koi store I've ever seen. I was really blown away.
There was absolutely everything in there, what it does.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely everything.
Every form of foam filter, sponge filter that you could possibly think of was in that store. Yeah, on the shelf. Yeah. As spare component parts, you name it, everything.
It's like the Indiana Jones film where he's in that warehouse and you just look for miles and miles, and it's just boxes for miles and miles.
It's a big shop.
Yeah.
But we've also got 60 ponds.
Yeah.
And changes to come, which is even better.
Yeah. With the plans, it's going to be around 80 to 90 ponds in total with the changes at the end of the season. You know, and we're just going to get. We're going to get bigger. We're going to get better. We're going to offer so many more services. You know, I'm even looking at. This isn't anymore. When I get out to Japan, I'm off either in October or February. You know, it's going to be interesting. I'm going to see if we can start taking people out with us. You know, as an idea in the future. You know, you know, the world's my oyster, and, you know, my boss backs me 150%. He can see my vision, he can see my passion, he can see what it is that, you know, the YouTube community as well. That was one thing that attracted him to me, was the YouTube comments, you know. But he's also see what I am as a professional, and that really, really helps drive him, you know. Yeah. So I want our store to be the best koi store in the UK. And someone sent me shitloads of messages online saying, what makes you think you're the best koi store? I think I'm the best koi store because I work there. And why wouldn't I advertise my business as the best koi store? We've got the best stock, in my opinion.
Definitely.
You know? So.
Get yourselves on that, guys. 200 quid.
Online.
And they are good fish, very good fish.
Yeah,
good bodies.
They're all spot on, everyone.
Yeah, absolutely cock on. Even
one Ronald.
Even Alan Tate said they were all good fish.
Yeah.
And a hell of a lot of them in the vat that he said was show ready.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. You know, I couldn't put my video out. I bought this thing where you got two mics, so you like both of you can have a mic. I was chatting away behind the camera. It weren't picking me up, but it was picking Al up. So there was a lot of camera shots of Al just looking at me, but there weren't no questions or dialogue. So I ended up having to shit can it, you know. And you can only do it once, can't you? It's not like you've got a director and whatnot.
Yeah,
Is what it is. You know. Oh, it's you that done that.
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good.
Who's
It's going to be a
good
good.
technology?
yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing Vince, mate. I am. The man hug.
Sophisticated, Vince.
Yeah, sorry, sophisticated Vince. Mate,
Must be man hug all around.
I've got some worthies for you, Vince, anyway. I fucking love him. He's meant to.
Right, let's go on to a quick other topic, and then we're going to go on. Hang about. God damn it. There we are. What do the panel prefer in test kits, i.e., test tube kits, like your everyday NT Labs and API, or the digital versions? And if so, why?
Test tube.
Why do you prefer them? I think for me, the test tube one.
Yeah.
Because I'm from Yorkshire and a tight ass, because they're way cheaper. Two, I'm not that bothered about chasing zeros. I think it's extreme, but
well, you don't want it.
Yeah, it's you get to the point where you're zeroing everything. Then what's there for your filters to do the job with? So,
well, I use labs, and I find that, you know, quite adequate, really. I have got a couple of HANA hand test things, one for ammonia and the other one for nitrite, and I run it sometimes, but the results sometimes scare me because they're so accurate. You run the NT Labs kit at the same time. NT Labs for ammonia, for instance, shows no ammonia, nice yellow, you know. You run it through the HANA set and you get colossal numbers on it that you know is worrying.
But yeah, but you say colossal. What you consider?
No. Point 0.2 of parts per million or something like that,
which is not worth bothering with.
No.
That's the only downside to it. They go too far on the scale for me.
Yeah.
Too far the opposite way.
Yeah.
It's like chopping cheese.
I've known plenty of people.
A trace of ammonia or whatever in your water, unless your fish are dead.
You need it. There's got to be a trace in order for your bacteria to survive.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but I've known plenty of people, and there's been a couple of YouTubers, and they'll quite willingly put their hands up and say when they were using HANA test kits, it made them paranoid because anything over a certain point, and they were worrying then, doing water changes, and then end up doing more damage through constant water changes than rather than just riding it out. And I think a lot of that is down to the fact that these things are so precise. Now, if you're keeping high end thousands of pounds worth of fish, then maybe. But on an everyday pond, it's not needed. The liquid test kits are banging, because even these ponds that are absolutely pristine with pristine fish, they've still got trace amounts of ammonia, nitrite in there, no matter how good they're set up, because if they didn't, then the
No,
fish
yeah,
wouldn't be
without-
looking as good as they do.
And you
Yeah.
get
Can you see what- can you see what I mean? But
Yeah,
You've
absolutely.
got to have
there's
it.
a lot of people
Survive.
that are new to the hobby get pushed to things like Hannah testers. You've got to have this, you've got to have that. And then they start obsessing over numbers and not what's actually going on in the pond itself.
Yeah, I think
Can you see what I mean?
I agree with exactly what you say, Vince. It's the one kit that's worth having is the chlorine one from the Hannah test kit, because it gives a good reading of whether you've got any chlorine coming into your system whatsoever. You know, so that's the only one that I'd really ever shout about from the Hannah test kits. Throughout the shop, mate, all 60 ponds, we use a Colombo test kit, right? You know, and it does exactly what it says on the tin. If you're not getting a small trace of something, then something's not right somewhere. You know, if you're going to try and hit the zeros, some people like the hobby for chasing that. You know, some people prefer, you know, watching their fish grow. It all depends what you want, but there's no need to chase everything to a zero. You know? And there's certain things that you can do to actually grow the bacteria in your filter that actually reduces the levels that you're reading. So many people don't understand what the test kits provide is just a set of data that gives you an indication of what it is that you need to be feeding into your pond, to be honest. That's all it does.
I tend to use the NT Labs kit though, and if I come up with some readings that I'm not liking the look of, then I do use those two Hannah testers just to have a look at what those results is for. As far as chlorine
is do two tests, one after each other on the Hannah test kits, and I guarantee you'll get two different readings.
But I have proved though, Tony, when you look at the back of the NT Labs test kit box and you look at the nitrate test, the nitrate test has a smiley face and a tick when it says 0 nitrate. Now, if you've got absolutely 0 nitrate in your pond, then your cycle is not working.
Absolutely.
Because nitrate is one of your main byproducts of your nitrogen cycle. So why on a test kit does it say it needs to be 0? Can you see what I'm saying? So depending on the test kits you use, I mean, I've always been an advocate for the API test kit, but I was given a Colombo one by my best mate a couple of months ago, and I've used it once, but I found it, even though in some aspects it's a little bit more intricate than the API one, you get a better registration out of it.
Yeah, the color charts in the Colombo one are very good.
Yeah.
It's quite well thought out. You know, you get the right like 5 mil test pots and stuff like that you can do. It's
and I also think
to NTL.
The Colombo one is also good for people like Aaron Humbercoy, who are colorblind, because what you're doing with the Colombo one is you're matching up a shade when you're hovering over the top of it. So even if you're colorblind, you still be able to differentiate between shades.
Yeah.
Can you see what I mean? If that makes any sense. The color's going to be different because obviously they're colorblind, but you can still make out that shade better on a Colombo test kit than you can an API test kit. That's what I mean.
As far as chlorine is concerned, I use the DPD4 tabs, and what I find quite interesting, I've never suffered from any chlorine in my pond, but I still test it. So you pop the old tablet in and you wait a minute or whatever it is and no more, and if it turns pink, then you got chlorine, and you don't know what levels, it just turns pink. But mine always tends to be clear, but as soon as I clean the old tube out under the tap, wow, it goes pink. So it just proves it does work.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the other thing that people tend not to do is check the the use by dates on boxes as well. So, you know, when you're at the koi shows and whatnot, guys, always check the use by date. You know, and that goes for koi treatments as well, because there's quite a lot that sit on a shelf, especially the ones that don't move so fast, that do creep out of date. You know, and you shouldn't be using them because they'll give you false readings.
Quick message there for you, Vince.
Yeah, I'll have a look.
Says he'll have a look. And I think that last one we got off you, Bun, is supposed to be Hun.
I did wonder.
Also, NTL have just released a new, so they've listened, which is like nearly fell off my chair when the rep come in. They've just released a new water test kit, which comprises of nitrite, ammonia, and pH only. So gone is the general hardiness, gone is all the other shit that no one looks at, nitrate and all that lot. You know, so the three main ones that, you know, I sit behind, which is nitrite, ammonia, and pH.
Yeah.
They're the three that they're putting in a box. It makes it more affordable. And
I love the KH one, mate.
All the other shit, you know.
The KH test makes my Saturday morning. Every Saturday morning.
Was it 0?
Me and Mike do that KH test every Saturday morning, and both sit there laughing his heads off each other, because like mine's on its arse and his is fruit roof. We don't know why. All of a sudden his is flip reverse of it. There ain't 1 week to next where we get a same reading, but yet we've done water changes and stuff. But that's funny. We do that nearly every Saturday, every week. I know it, Mike, but it's the KH is brilliant. I still don't know, right? Who knows? Which is it? One, you start counting from first drop, or two, you start counting from after it's turned yellow, going back to blue again.
Each drop.
Each drop. I rang them to try and find out, and well, I'll get someone to get back to you and let you know.
They don't even know themselves.
Really?
Never got anything. They've actually put out product data on both of them, and it's both from NT Labs, and the product data says count it on one and don't count it on the other.
Okay, I've always gone from counting on each drop.
What? So from the initial drop.
So when the first initial drop, you count that too?
Yes.
Yeah, I do too.
So the test reads, add 1 drop and mix till the water turns
Blue.
yellow.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yellow. And then you add 1 drop each time from there and after, counting the drops till it turns blue.
Yeah.
So do we count the first drop as well, or do we not count the first drop?
I do.
I always count the first drop, because
Yeah,
that's relative to your water, isn't it? It's going to change the parameter.
Yeah, you add into it.
I always thought it once you've turned it blue, it's from then you count the drops, because
no, because then you go through
the first drop in to get your reaction.
It is. That's how I got it wrong way around. The first drop that you add turns the water blue, and then you continue to add drops until it turns yellow.
Yeah, that's it.
But Mike always asks me every week, do we count the first drop or not?
See, to me, if you add it to the water, it's counted as you count it as adding it to your test tube. So it's 1 drop to initiate. Because what happens if you drop 1 drop in and it goes blue straight away? Or yellow?
Well, that's what then you've got 0 KH.
But that's what I mean. So that would say that you're not supposed to count it, even though it's already reacted.
Yeah, but it's not reacting blue. The test states the water should turn blue. So if it doesn't turn blue and goes straight yellow, then you've 0 KH. That's my understanding. I don't know what's right or wrong. I ain't got a clue. Find out someday. Find out. Let's have it. Let's have an update next week.
My KH is always in a
I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll get hold of my rep and I will ask him from NTL direct. You know, because I'll say that my customers are asking and they make a valid point. So you tell me so I can tell them.
See if they want to come on the show next week and explain it.
You've got no hope.
You never know, do you? Right then.
But
Next
if
quiz.
your KH isn't too low, I don't think 1 drop makes a lot of odds.
Yeah, well, if it's down that low, it's too low anyway, isn't it, regardless. So,
Yeah.
I mean, really, it wants to be higher than that. DT Kai's asked, what sort of treat foods would you give to your koi that's a bit different from the normal ones?
Repeat that, Gus.
What sort of treats would you give to your koi that are a bit different from the everyday normal ones? And by
Well,
that, I would guess meaning mealworms, silkworms, soldier fly.
I was going to say dried carrot powder, but that's just part of something else.
Among the mix.
Is there anything that you give them? Well, Vinsky's is iceberg lettuce, but I'm wondering why the attack is willies.
Oh, the lily hanger is coming out, so if someone wants the lily hanger, they can come and collect it.
You're doing away?
I'm doing away with it. Yeah, I'm just fed up with them beating the shit out of them every time they come out and not being able to enjoy them. So
I don't really give mine anything but the fish food. To be fair, man.
Yeah, I don't. To be
You know, every now and
You
then.
don't feed on toast every day, week.
mine have had.
give them orange.
Grab your wife, Crafty. What's your least favourite meal, Crafty?
Me personally,
Your least favourite meal?
I don't know, really, mate. So I don't eat my least favourite food.
Well, what's your favourite meal then?
Oh, it's got to be a roast, mate.
A roast,
Yeah.
right. So if I got your missus to serve you a roast for the next 5 years continuous, do you reckon it'd still be your same favourite meal?
Well, they fucking eat it.
Is that because that's all that's going in there?
They must be doing something right.
No, yeah, but do you not think that variety is good for him?
Been around the same puddle, eating the same insects. It's no fucking difference to them, is it?
Who feeds
Mine have had
prawns?
cooked rice twice this week.
Anybody feed prawns?
Yeah.
Yep, crab sticks.
I've done that, mate, and they turn the fucking nose up at
Yeah,
it. So
mine
I
don't like them. Mine don't like
I just go
prawns.
like that.
I love him. Man, go
You've
nuts
got
for him.
some snobby fish.
Mate, I've got
Well,
expensive.
I buy them the best prawns. I mean, they're not cheap ones or anything like that, you know.
They love silkworm
Prawns,
pupae.
mussels, calamari, strawberries, raspberries, blueberries.
I
I've
have
fed
them
everything.
delivered by
Have
Harrods.
you?
Eat it all.
I don't feed them bread. I don't agree with feeding them bread.
No,
Mate, to be
I
fair,
bet,
I don't eat.
wholemeal bread's all right.
Yeah,
See,
I
I
think
don't agree with that either, mate. Wheat based, isn't it? It's not for me.
he's gone.
Oh, hang about. Sorry, one thing I'm going
Yours,
to do there.
yours gluten intolerant then?
That's my daughter Beckham, who says, "Hey Snagger, not a question, but hey from me and the boys. Happy birthday, love. I hope you've had a fantastic day."
That's a cool bee, by the way.
Yeah. Birthday girl. Sorry. Oh, the sophisticated one's back.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Been for a
1 minute
shit.
I was talking, next minute I had, oh snap, something's gone wrong. Reload.
Don't lie, mate. You went for a shit.
That was a one quick shit if he did.
It definitely wouldn't be clear.
Will's asked a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
question there. What was the dates again? Daz? 26 and
26. I don't know what. Is that the Saturday? Should that be 26th, 27th?
26th and 27th.
I think.
If not, it'll be
Next month
25th,
end of
26th.
August. Yeah.
of August.
Ashley
Yeah.
Coy's one's the 30th of September, if that's what he's going on about.
Well,
Yeah,
where?
26th, 27th of August is a Saturday and Sunday. So,
Oh, is it the show?
Yeah, the new one.
yeah, the
Okay.
Newark show.
Oh, I read something on Cash's post. I'm just getting a glass.
Question for the discussion after seeing Jamie's. Oh, I've just. This is on Facebook, mate. I was going to get to it. After seeing Jamie's keeping it coy recent video about herons, what's folks' ideas or thoughts on protections against them?
12 gauge.
Right.
Not done.
Before we go down that line, the GKP would like to announce that we know that they are protected birds, and I aren't saying that anybody should do anything like that.
Actually, they're beautiful birds. I love them, but I don't like them by my pond.
They're nice out in the country somewhere in a lake or a canal.
That's the trouble. I live by a reservoir, a nature reserve, and a river. So I get loads of them.
Almost.
So I done the untidy thing of just slinging a net over for quite some time, and I got fed up with it recently. So I've just built some screening all the way round my pond, or 3 sides of my pond anyway. And the net is now about 6 foot up in the air, and the sides protect. And I've got like a curtain net at the front where I view from, where I can pull back. And I've only just finished it today.
Yeah. I'm afraid a net is the only surefire way to keep the buggers out.
And do you not think that all that extra netting that you've put everywhere is a lot more of a pain in the ass than just a net over top?
Well, when I do the video of it, have a look at it, Gaz, because I think it looks quite attractive what I've done. I'd like to think it does.
So he's turned his pond into an aviary.
Yeah, almost.
Or boudoir.
Almost.
Were you getting them? Was they visiting often though to Yellowstone?
Yeah, they fly over all the time. Once they find a pond, once they've found it, they will keep returning all the time.
It's empty.
Yeah.
Well,
so
they found my pond. They've never returned.
Yeah. Well, as I say, I'm by a reservoir and a nature reserve and whatnot, and there's plenty out there for them to hunt and eat and fish without having mine. So, but it will sit on next door's roof and look down and see, if there's an opportunity, or it'll actually sit on the netting on the top of the pond and see if there's an opportunity. So make sure if you just
try and get them through the net.
If you just net it, make sure your net's plenty high over the pond.
Exactly.
So they'll do that. My worst fear, I have to say, is only a few hundred yards up the road. We've got otters.
Yeah.
They're nasty bastards, they are.
Yeah, you won't keep them out, whatever you do.
Yeah.
No.
So I'm always worried about that.
The only way to keep the otters out is a polycarbonate twin wall lid, but there's a fun in that.
The guys at New Forest, they've got over a mile worth of electrified otter fencing. Goes around the whole of the property. Well over about 1.5 miles worth of electric fencing.
Yeah. But I found even electric fencing. I've had a bloody fox that just chewed straight through the electric fence cable. Must have given it one hell of a belt. But it didn't stop it.
Or a fox cat, that one
was. Was it?
There's videos online of herons stepping over electric fences. So that don't even work. I mean, when I put my pond together, right, where I've put that wooden crap across the top, what's it called? Pergola.
Yeah.
Wooden crap.
I had the fort behind it was the uprights are in such a place that if a heron was to get up onto the wall, it can't use its wings to actually get there.
Yeah.
When we the other day, our last caller said there was a heron actually sat on one of the cross beams looking down into the pond, and it's come back. It hasn't got to the pond yet, so whatever I've done must be working. It's stopping it from actually getting. So one thing that people tend to do is look at ways of stopping a heron from actually getting to your pond. And if you've got an in-ground pond, something that works quite well, it looks a little bit unsightly, is actually getting line put up across the top of either over your pond in different directions, or to stop it actually gliding in, or you have it above your head. So not like a net, but in zigzags and whatnot, so it can't actually fly in to your garden.
Yeah, I've seen videos of them stepping over all the wires. It's like bloody Mission Impossible. They're absolute dogs. Yeah, pop onto a raised pond as well. They just walk across the ground and then hop straight up, and then they take the fish out the other side.
Yeah, he put £100 test line, didn't he? he stretched it all over the place, didn't it? Everywhere, and it still made its way through it all like an assault.
Yeah, dodged it, and it nailed about 4 fish.
Yeah.
I mean,
if a bird like that's intelligent enough to take a piece of bread to encourage stuff to come to it to feed, then they're pretty damn clever, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah.
Herons prefer to wade in and get fish if possible, but people don't believe this, but they can swim as well.
Oh yeah,
herons can swim. People don't think that they can, but they can swim.
We had a
radius going down is also 1 meter.
Mm.
You know, so if your pond's under a meter, don't think the fish are going to stick to the bottom and get away from them because they can strike that far.
Yeah. Well, we had a fountain right in the middle of the pond, and the heron come to the edge of the pond on the bricks, and it just sort of like flew over and hopped and glided over to the centre of the pond, landed on the head of the fountain, which was only about 40 mil diameter, and he stood there on the centre trying to nail the bloody fish. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
See, I think the only way to deter a predator is a predator.
Yeah.
And if you've got dogs in your garden, and a predator sees another predator, they'll stay away.
Yeah. Decoys don't work at all. We've tried that.
No.
I've seen videos of them coming up to the decoy and pecking at it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have you seen the one we got in the garden? Was that on when you was down? We got a heron scarer.
All right.
And I must have turned the audio off because it does me tits in. It's got like a laser that picks up movement, obviously, when the laser breaks, and then it makes a sound like a heron. You know, but it just sounds like you're in the Amazon when you're outside all day. I turn it off. But I've had mixed results off customers. They say that this heron scarer, that they have it quite low to their pond, where we've got ours quite high. And they say that it works. So if anything that crosses over that, it does spook them. You know, but I think you've got to be quite lucky with it, if I'm honest. But it's not worth, for my opinion, and that is the only way of really stopping a heron getting into your pond.
Yeah, and like you say, Tony, I have my pond filled up to about 4 inches below the net. I come down, there was blood and scales everywhere. They'd obviously nailed them through the net. So I had to drop my water level down about 1 foot just so that they can't physically reach the water with the beak through the net.
Well, my pond's an out-of-ground pond, so you treat an out-of-ground pond differently than you would an in-ground pond, really, because an in-ground natural pond, what I've done, wouldn't look very nice. But I think what I've done with the out-of-ground pond, I think it looks, more attractive than throwing a net over it anyway.
Yeah. And the thing is, you can go 3 or 4 years without any problems at all, and you think, yeah, I'm fine, I'm safe. Then all of a sudden, bang, one heron twigs out how to get around your defences, and they start nailing them left, right, and centre. So you.
And I'll tell you what, if you've got a lot of littlies in the pond, you don't even notice.
This is it. Yeah, sometimes you think,
I noticed when he come and got mine, bastard. He came and visited and took my Snow White saga. I noticed that. That really did pee me off.
Yeah.
Snow Stag's starting to grow really well now, guys.
Yeah. Rub it in, Vince.
Mine is. It's turned into a heron.
Shazam!
Yeah, that's the only time I've seen it in the garden. But my neighbours say they have seen it perched on fence looking. But yeah, not had anything go, not had any damage, not had any holes in my net. It's quite strong.
When I very first moved here about 10 years ago, we used to have a heron sit on the roof of the houses directly opposite at the front. But I've never had it actually come into the garden at all. But I haven't seen one in about 8 years around this area.
You're lucky.
We've got hundreds of them where I am.
I'll tell you, one of the best defences against herons is if you've got a bloody crow's nest or something nearby. They hate them.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they'll fight them and try and bring them down.
Yeah,
Exactly.
They do it with kites as well.
Yeah, red kites. They don't like them either.
Yeah, yeah.
So what we need is Fen and
Evident.
Fast to breed everybody a peregrine falcon, so we can all get one of them each.
Yeah.
Up you go. Sort him out. Thank you very much. Job done. Seska's Reef and Pond says, question, why do people go overboard on chlorine and then PP the pond?
Yeah. Good question.
Oh, that's a new one on me.
Well, PP is chlorine based, isn't it?
It is basically bleach, yeah.
So's CT.
Yeah.
Chlorine based.
Time though, isn't it?
So why does everybody remove chlorines from the pond
It's got.
and then
it's
put
got-
CT in it?
It's, it's simple. It's because if a fish is exposed to it constantly, the damage that chlorine will do to its gills basically kill it. So what
Yeah,
you
but
do?
they can't be exposed to it constantly because chlorine evaporates in 24 hours.
Yeah, but if you've got a trickle in that's constantly going in, but it doesn't evaporate, I guess that's the thing, does it?
Yes, it does.
It's a gas.
all-
isn't it?
Gas is off. It
It
gases
introduces
off.
the gas.
It's
and
off if you've got
exits
movement
as a
and
gas.
you're creating a splasher effect into the water. But if you haven't got that, it doesn't
Yeah,
happen
then
in 24 hours.
Yeah. Well, they say when you're doing tropical fish tanks and all that kind of thing, that when you're doing a water change, you should pour out your water and in 24 hours, put it back in. And that's leaving a bucket of water to gas off naturally over the 24-hour period.
Yeah.
So that's not moving. That's still water in a bucket and it does gas off.
Yeah. That's what I've always done with my axolotls.
Yeah,
They're very
chlorine gas is off. Chloramine is the problem one. Isn't it? That doesn't.
Well, no, because it's not a problem one because again, ammonia side is chlorine attached to ammonia, which makes chloramine. So the atom is attached to it. So all you need to do to create that is filter systems, which removes the ammonia, which then gases off the chlorine.
But chloramine doesn't evaporate.
No.
No, that's what I'm saying. Chloramine is an ammonia atom attached to it. So that ammonia atom is removed by your filtration system through the nitrifying bacteria cycle, and then the chlorine gases off.
But there's still that thing if you're doing big water changes. You know, you're not.
Yeah. If you're doing a big water change, you're banging it all in. You're banging a heck of a lot of chlorine in all in one go, which could cause issues and problems.
You know, if you're going 20%ers on that, it's
already diluted, isn't it? If you're doing a 10% water change weekly, 7 daily, whichever, whatever, then you're only putting in the 10%, which is diluted by the 4,000 litres that you've already got there, which in the grand scheme of things is next to nothing. But if you were going, right, fresh tank, dropping fish straight in there, full of all that chlorine, it's not going to do them any good at all. But
you've got to remember, you only put PP in as a treatment. So it's in there until it does its job. And generally it's done when it turns brown. So, you know, it's not one of those, as soon as it loses its colour, the treatment has done its worst and it's gone. So it's when it turns brown, it then turns into something completely different. So,
but then again, if you go to CT treatments, chloramine T, you can be putting that treatment in for a bacterial dose over 4 days.
Yeah, 3 or 4 days.
So I mean, you're exposing them to a higher dose of chlorine throughout that period for 4 days. Then.
Yeah. Well,
I suppose it's the thing, Crafty, is which is the worst, leaving them with the bacteria issue or leaving them with a chlorine.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Food for thought, though, isn't it? Makes you think of it, doesn't it?
Good question, huh?
Yeah.
No, definitely open to discussions.
Gary Webb's talking about water test kits. How were ponds tested, and how would we know there was an issue before the days of test kit? Well, I don't know.
Who cares? Who cares? We're talking about now, not in the never.
I mean,
Going forwards, not backwards, man.
Yeah. What's the relevance?
Dip your finger in and then lick it.
That's it.
I don't think anybody. Well, let's say put it this way:
That's a test for salt.
any experienced koi keeper doesn't test all the time. In fact, I'd say, well, I only test if I see something strange going on with my fish.
Yeah, I do the same. I only test if there's a problem. If I think there's a
The
problem.
other argument could be, Tony, that is, if you test beforehand, why wait till there's a problem? Because once you've tested and found a problem, then the fish have been in the problem, haven't they, all the time until you noticed it. If you're testing regular and you don't have any problems, then your fish are always in good water, aren't they?
It's true, but if you've got a mature pond, and my pond is mature,
trickle in, trickle out.
I just don't have water problems really. Very rare, very very rare.
Do you have a trickle in, trickle out?
I do.
Then you're not got a mature pond, have you?
That's only you're only talking of a very small amount of water trickling in and out.
It doesn't matter, does it? If you're replacing water and replenishing it on a daily 24-hour period, weekly, then you're removing X amount of litres per week, per month, per year. So technically, your pond never really matures.
No, don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that either, Gaz, to be honest.
Your filters will be mature, but your pond water is always refreshed, isn't it?
Yes. But there's nothing wrong with that. That's the right thing to do. It depends on your trickle-in system and your flow rate of your trickle-in. If you've got it at a rate where you're recycling your water every 24 hours.
Oh, no, that's why I said, but how often do you reckon the amount, have you worked out how many litres you're putting in per day?
Are you saying that everybody with a drum filter has not got a mature pond?
No, it's not a mature pond. Your water's not right. So I know where Gaz is going with this because
I'm just being a knob. It's my job to throw in a difference of opinions, isn't it?
Yeah, totally right.
Made you think that, didn't it?
Right, but what they say is you should keep the body of water in your pond for as long as you can possibly keep it in there. Right, that is when you get a mature pond. By having a trickle-in system, you are constantly taking water out your pond and putting new water in. What you should be doing is, if you've got your drum filter set up correctly, you should be changing 20% a week. That is how you should be working it. But if you know the drum filters I know, it's impossible to achieve that because they go off every bloody minutes.
Yeah, every 20 minutes taking out, dumping out what?
Yeah, a bloody lot of water.
I trickle in and trickle out, but the only major water change I do is dropping the nexus.
Yep. Do you trickle in and out of a nexus?
No. When I clean the nexus, I drop that water out.
Yeah.
Clean the nexus.
And that's 20% water change if you work it properly.
Yeah, that's the major amount of water I change. But I mean, we're looking at nearly.
You're not doing a constant trickle in, no, Tone, are you? If you're just doing that.
Yeah, but you're looking at a pond that's nearly 5,000 gallons.
Yeah, that's nothing. So you've got a mature enough pond. All you do is revitalising your water after your filter change.
Yeah.
So if you drop your filter, you do 20%. You got 20% going in and out your pond per week. You change 40% of your water per week.
So if you, it all depends.
So only 6% of your water that's mature.
It all depends on the size of the volume of your pond, mate, don't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's all
relative.
There is it. Hey, that is. It's all relative.
It's all relative.
Even though you're not here, Rick, we still got it in for you, bud.
We'll be watching in New Forest.
No, he's away on holiday, not in the New Forest.
A quick one for Daz. Quick question for our Daz. How to grow mind your own business. Mine keeps dying. Tried it in the backy shower, plant pots, but it's crap. And that's from Amanda Smith.
Yeah. Oh,
and
you
I thought that stuff was indestructible. I thought that's
indestructible. It's a bloody nightmare to get rid of when you got it in your garden.
Keep it either. So
the only it will fail really is if the roots aren't in contact with the moisture. If you've not got it pushed in far enough. I mean, what about trying something different, like creeping Jenny, Lysomarcia nummularia? These
I will go home to more.
plants.
Right, yeah.
Lysomarcia
Ooh.
nummularia. It's creeping Jenny. It's a cascading plant. Moisture loving. Any moisture loving sort of creeping or cascading type plant should do well in a backy shower. But for some reason, people only ever use the bloody baby's tears or whatever you call it. Try something
I've got
different.
sphagnum moss in mine.
Yeah, moss. Yeah,
Moss is great.
Yeah.
Slow growing though.
Yeah.
I've also got spider plants in it as well though.
Yeah, you haven't, yeah.
Did those
Yeah,
winter
they're good in
fruit?
winter, but
Did
yeah.
the winter fruit those, Vince? Or
Yeah.
did you add them after winter? They did.
No, they wintered through like that.
bloody hell, you must have mild winters then, because they're an house plant.
Yeah, I know.
But
I'm living in my toy shower.
That's it. Just think
There we
outside
go.
the box and try some different plants. Don't just keep sticking with it. Because at the end of the day, it's just green. It's just a green blob, isn't it? You don't even get any flowers with it.
I've never had any baby tears or anything like that, but I'm just about to I'm thinking about entering the world of veg filters. So I'm going to put a long filter along the back edge of the pond and plant that up.
Now, are you going to plant it with soils? Are you going to plant it in gravel? Are you going to do it in that what they call those ball things again, Daz? What were they called?
Oh, light tank.
Yeah.
I want hopefully the plants to be soilless and in gravel.
Yeah, so it's going to be a proper hydroponic system. I mean, are you growing them for human consumption or just growing them just purely to filter the pond?
I want to aid taking the nitrate out.
Yeah, so it's mainly for the pond side. Yeah. Because certain veg grow will work better than others. I mean, lettuce is a good one, to be honest.
Might grow some tomatoes in it.
Yeah, don't bother with tomatoes. I say that, but they're not practical. I mean, they're too bloody tall.
No, I know. I was kidding.
You want something that's prolific in growth, then
leafy growth, yeah.
So if you are doing that, what happens when you get parasite? Do you not think
I know what you're saying, because your plants, if you want to treat for parasites, your plants are going to suffer as a result.
No, they don't.
They won't.
I'm going to say mine it's never harmed any of mine.
They're impervious to any of your CT or PP, anything like that. That doesn't affect the plants at all.
That's good then, because I've never tried it.
The only thing
salt your water tone.
I don't know. I don't salt my water.
That's one of the few things that will affect your plants.
That's
as long as you don't
shit moss.
As long as you don't go over 0.3,
yeah,
moss may be, but for lilies and bulrushes and stuff, don't bother them at all.
Does it not?
No.
Or if you go over 0.3, it does, because then your lily leaves start to yellow off a little bit, and you get a bit of dieback. But
yeah, Dino's just said that he salted his pond to 0.6 and lost all his plants apart from lilies, so they're clearly very salt tolerant.
Yeah, it's killed my moss on my shower.
Up north, Koi Pond says chloramines don't gas off. I think we just explained that one. So
we had that one, yeah.
Right, but they do with the cycle. Let's see if we got any more questions from anybody else in here, because that one's covered that one, and Gavin just posted again in there. Cheers, mate, appreciate it. But I did get you one on. I was going to read it out after that one, but we've done that one and covered that one. Now I think we've got one more, and then we're going to go into a little bit of Koi appreciation. We've got some shows to look at. Now then, could you tell me? This is from Vicky from Bubble and Fins. This would have been a better question, and I will bring this up again next week for Rick as well, because I think it might be something he might know a little bit more about as well as. Could you please tell me us about the types of koi that cannot be bred together due to genetic problems and deformities coming out in the fry? And if possible, could you explain why this may occur?
That's a good question.
Do you know of any particular breed types that if you were to breed this with that might throw this or throw that or throw the other?
From my understanding, the only time you don't and that is you do not spawn something that's came from the same spawn. So you don't get a male achiever and a female achiever from that spawning, and you don't put them together and spawn together because that's a no-no.
Yeah,
you can mix metallic with non-metallic. It doesn't matter.
But you can not brother to sister, never. No. But you can put father to daughter and mother to son once.
Yeah, you probably just get away with that.
And then you've got to bring in a different bloodline.
Do that. Like I say, I only do that once, and then after that,
it's what they do in genetic language. But after that, you've got to bring in a different bloodline.
Yeah.
Certainly can with other types. Anyway.
That's definitely one for Alan Tate and Ricky, mate.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to know, because to get a true bloodline, that's the only way to do it once, and then you bring in two other different generations, and then you put cross brothers and sisters together. Then
the other one is Deutsch cross with scaled. Generally, when you cross Deutsch with scaled, the scaled tends to win out, and 90% of your progeny will be scaled.
Yeah, you've got one. Surely there's got to be like a more, what's the word I'm looking for? A gene that is more powerful than the other.
Yeah.
You know,
like Levi's and 501s and shit like that.
All twisted. Twisted gene.
No, that's something I don't know, but I really remind me, guys, because this one would be a real good one for, perhaps, like you say, for like so maybe Alan that might know. Yeah, if you cross a Yamabuki with an X, Y, or Z or whatever. I don't know if it does or would or does, or whether or not there are any out there that might throw something out that have a certain type of problem.
What about Goshkis with Jahakus?
Jahakus? What's a Jahaku?
Kahaku. Kahaku.
Goshki with a Kahaku.
Our experimental brood that we've got this year.
That should be compatible.
They're Kajakus and Goshkis.
Well, how do you make a Goshki? That's a Kahaku cross with a Sagi, isn't it? So then if you cross that again with Kahaku, you should still get a fair element of Goshki. Yeah, the floating Benny comes from the Kahaku pattern.
I got plenty of weird and wonderfuls, I know that. I don't know what Vince got, but I've got
a tank full of weird and wonderfuls, because that's what I tend to go for. I don't like the box standard.
There were some good ones on new. Oh, hang about. Actually, that's one thing I need to do. I said I'd do myself a little reminder, and I want to share this channel, guys. If you could all do me a huge favor, because this gentleman, and in fact, there's 89 of us on right now. If you aren't already, I expect massive jumps and leaps on this gentleman's channel. Get yourselves over here. Get yourself subscribed to this man, because I honestly do believe that the knowledge that this gentleman's brought to this show and what he's shared with us all, he deserves a subscription. Because New Forest Koi, there's his channel. Get yourselves over there, guys. Let's see if we can get him up above the 200 mark. He's on 183. There's 87 people in. If he hadn't taught us all a little bit of something over these last 10, 20 episodes involved,
I'm already subscribed.
I'd be extremely surprised. So if we could do us a huge favor, guys, just pop over and give him a sub, give him a like, give him a share, and watch some of his content, because some of the fish that he's got on there and some of the stuff that he's been putting out with alongside Vince is absolutely banging. We were looking at
if it wasn't for Ricky, it wouldn't be all relative.
Wouldn't be relative at all. None of us would be onto the Manga Mix, Mega Manga Mix. Sorry.
If I could subscribe to him again, I would, but nice chap.
Absolutely cracking. Well, it's a cracking team down at New Forest anyway. Yeah, you've got to remember, it's not just Ricky down there. You've got Carl and Sean down there as well. And all three of them work bloody hard down there.
Yeah, really nice chap. Can't tell him that when he's on here, though.
There we go. Already subbed me, guys. Already subbed, already subbed, already subbed, already subbed, already subbed. Steve G says done. Liam Howell says subbed. Already done. Top guy from Koi Dreams. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate all for being a subscriber. All those that aren't, if you do us a huge favor. I mean, I'm sure Rick will be very appreciative of it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's what he wants to do. Come on, share his channel a little bit and share his knowledge. I think it's the least.
Now, we've got a lot of YouTubers actually watch your channel. So, you know, why not give him a shout out on your next vids as well?
Oh, 100%, yeah. Oh, yeah. If you do a video, give him a shout out. Let's get him lifted up to where he needs to be. This is a channel that if my opinion, some more content out there, he should be already up to 1,000 subscribers. The amount of stuff that he's put out there for people to listen to here alone, it's worth that at least.
I agree.
It's still a lot more to come this year.
Yeah. Oh, 100%, mate. 100%. Just thought I'd try and do my little bit to help him.
Every little helps.
It certainly does. Let's have a quick refresh, see what we're up to now. Well, he's nearly there at the 200 mark, 198.
Yep. That's me subscribed.
Sweet.
I can't believe I hadn't subscribed.
I don't think it was common knowledge that he had a Koi channel, mate.
I didn't know. To be honest, I didn't know he got a Koi channel.
I didn't know either.
I do now.
Thank you very much, Will. Appreciate it, fella. Don't forget to send me a postcard.
I've already said that to him earlier.
Actually, as well, Will did say he's very close to the 200 mark too. So let's give Will another little shout out. Let's see if we can help Will get up there. And he says to the winning person, whoever makes number 200, they will receive a postcard from his holidays. Let's stick Will's channel in there as well. He's on 193. Let's see if we can get him there. Let's see if we can get him to 200 before night's out. That way, then he's going to do a 200 subscriber giveaway before he goes on holiday.
Aren't postcards a thing of the past nowadays?
I don't know. Maybe they probably are, to be fair. Maybe you'll get to see a hand-signed photograph of him in his mankini on beach.
You're putting off his rifle now.
What's that? Is that a card to
give away?
To give away. Well, we'll do a giveaway then, and then we'll go into the Koi appreciation. Right, let's get me so that I know where I am. Damn, here we go. Let's give Rick a refresh. 204 for Rick. He's at the 200 mark. Thank you very much, guys. Let's have a quick check of Will's, see what he's up to. Let's give him a 199. Come on, one more. One more for our Will, and then he's up to 200 mark too.
He deserves 200 just for his fucking enthusiasm.
Just that energy alone.
Tell you what,
Just that energy.
You spent a penny tonight, mate.
I spent a penny.
Does it?
Did you see
Don't
the end
start
of
on that again.
Have a watch of the polytunnel what video that we did the other day. Just watch it to the end or skip to the end, whichever you wish. But have a watch of that and see what it says.
Beyond that.
So your cards, Crafty.
There we go, Will. 201 subs, mate. You're there, bud. We got you there.
Can you head to the tills first to find out what's on them before I decide to go?
Don't bother, Tony. They're all duds.
Are they?
They're not. In honesty, the young girl that scanned yours, mate, she'd never done it before. And what we have to do is load the card with 1 pence in order to put on. So actually at the top of the screen, it would have said free lunch, but she was just looking at the monetary value. So, you know,
bless her.
I've trained her up now, so she knows, but it was great crack.
You've not sacked her.
Mate, there was 2 lads that come in. They bought 2 koi out of the individually priced pond, 2 little toes eye. They took their fish up, and she didn't follow the pricing that we write on the bags, and she gave 2 fish away for dead cheap. She got all the prices wrong. So we was looking for a transaction for like 460 quid, and there was one through there for 60 quid, and we was like, "Where's this transaction line?"
Oh no!
And they must have been rubbing their hands together as they walked. They've never been
Surprise.
devastated, man. One of the fish was proper and real nice koi and all.
Oh.
Crafty's going to do a giveaway for one of his cards for this weekend's event.
Again, I don't know what's on it, but there could be 500 quid because it still hasn't been claimed.
Ooh.
That's,
We know
that's on mine.
Vince has still got one. Tony's still got one, so it could be. Right, just type "I'm in" if you want in on it, and we'll do a quick.
I want you to sub to Perfect Aquatics YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, and the GKP, and Will's Koi, and New Forest Koi.
Yeah, Perfect Aquatics YouTube channel. I want more people on that because I want to put more of my content through the shop channel rather than my own. Who's in then? How's that Tamasaba doing, Nige? I sold 2 more Tamasaba today. Two more pickings left. You coming up at the weekend still, Vince?
I'm not sure at the moment.
Gaz Webb's not in.
NGH.
It was earlier.
It's out on the comments.
Oh,
You know. We had somebody that won off of you, Vince, as well in the shop.
Yep.
Yeah. His little lad was gleaming, man. Trying to catch Tozai with his hands. It was ace.
get your hands out the water.
No, I'll let him.
Becky Cook and our other half, Liam Newell.
Yeah, put a real gleaming post. So he won a free lunch on the one that he got at the show. And I said to the boss, they've come from quite a distance, like, so the boss upgraded free lunch to everyone. You know, he was a good lad, my boss.
Yeah.
Thanks, Martin.
I better have a word with him then.
Teresa Shears is Imi. I'm in twice. That's good of you, Dino. That's fair, mate. That. How's your fry coming on, Daz?
Yeah, they're coming on great, thanks. Great.
Anything
I must admit, growth slowed down a bit because of the weather, but they're still growing steady. Not as fast as they did to start with. They absolutely accelerated like crazy. Shot up to about 4 inches, and then they've just kind of stalled a bit.
You got to put them on the Munga mix.
Yeah, that's where I'm going wrong. There's some Munga mix down them.
What about your temperatures? What you're holding in the polytunnel at the minute?
It's about the high 20s,
Really?
25 to 27, yeah, water temperature. So they should be racing through, but you can tell the difference. When you have a sunny day, you can almost see the growth.
Yeah.
But without the sunlight, they just don't seem as, I don't know, as active.
Are you on feeders as well?
No, hand feed them.
You get yourself feeders, man. Honestly,
Yeah.
the difference I see in Rick's fish when I go out there periodically.
Yeah.
It's like a factory for like auto feeders, man. It's like all of a sudden, and then another 20 minutes, there's another one going off. Then another. It's just constant.
Yeah.
It really works.
Yes, the same down the farm as well.
Yeah, I must admit I've tried auto feeders, but they've been a bag of shit. It's getting a decent one that doesn't clog, that works.
The JBL ones, mate, they seem to be the go-to one, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Pete,
I'll-
my own content, mate, is just so hard at the minute with work that I've got on, mate. I'm really pushing the shop, so a lot of my free time is working at the moment, mate. And when I'm not, I've got to spend what little time I've got left for the family. So I'll keep putting little bits and bobs up, but it's not going to be on a regular occurrence, to be fair, mate. It's like I want to concentrate on getting it through the shop, if I'm honest. There's so much more content I can use from the shop as well.
Yeah, I like the runs, the feeders that Ricky uses on the fry ponds. This mechanical one. So basically, he'll drag it back, lock it in place. He'll put his food in, and then set it off, and then it's on a slow release for 12 hours, and just creeps forward through the course of the day, and it just gently drip feeds food in through the course of the day. I think they're brilliant, but I asked him how much they were, and for what they are, Jesus Christ.
Nearly had a baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is the problem. When you multiply it by how many tanks you've got, you think, shit, you need a mortgage just for the feeders.
I think we've got everybody there. Hertz, Scrag, MJH, Rye, Nip, Seska, Darren, Joyner, Fenland, Tony Farmer, High Vault, Simon Shears, Jason Coy, Matt Bailey, Paul Audley, Peter, Andy's Koi Pond, Skeggy, Chelsea, Will's Koi, Jason Chandler, Stephen Willis, and Mr. Mike, or Mr. T, Martin's Koi Pond, Teresa Shears, and Koi Dreams. Any more for any more?
Get it spun, guys. Get it spun.
Get it spun. Yeah. What we're doing? Knockout?
It's totally up to you, my friend. I don't mind either.
Get it spun. We'll do a knockout because it's not that many people. Let's go for it. Last man standing. All ready.
Don't forget a few shuffles.
Unlucky.
Anyway.
Could be 500 quid on that.
It could be. Sorry, Paul.
While we're doing this, guys, if you haven't already, go over to Perfect Aquatics and sub on the YouTube channel, please. Much appreciated, Gaz. Thank you, mate.
Yeah, I've just subbed you, Crafty.
Cheers, Daz.
Chasing Koi, I'm sure got you in there, did it not?
Yeah.
You're in there. Don't type ham ins if you've already typed ham in, because everybody that typed ham in's already in.
Too late now. We've started anyway.
That would have been confusing, wouldn't it?
Gotta love a knockout.
Oh, high voltage.
No, not yet.
Where you touch. Simon Shears, sorry, bud.
Mr. Conspiracy Theory.
Just so you know, guys, we don't deliver fish to Ireland. Yet.
Martin Koi Pond, gutted. Let's give it a shuffle up.
Very lovely. It's all rather rainbow.
Don't even go there.
Oh.
Skeggy
nearly. Remove. Sorry, bud.
I can't believe Skeggy's even put his name in. He's a business. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, Mr. T.
No, there's Skeggy Koi Pond, and then there's Skegness Koi Pond Supplies. They're two different ones.
It's still a bloody business, Vince.
Will's Koi.
Oh, that's a shame.
Gutted, Will.
Next one, give him a shuffle again.
Cheers, Paul. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that.
Oh, gutted, right.
Yeah, Nigel, I can do that for you, mate. It's dead simple, dude, to be fair. All you need to do is just massage the gut towards the vent. If there's nothing showing, it might not be quite ready yet, mate. So I wouldn't force it. But you will see egg if it's full of egg, mate. So I had to do one on video today for someone that bought two. all the way up in the north of Newcastle, you know. Video conference.
Oh, up in Emperor territory.
Andy's Koi Pond. Sorry, mate. Give it a shuffle again. 13. I'm looking for some.
What was that for then, Crafty? Was that hand spawning or for with the egg bound or something?
No. It's just to sex for male and female.
Oh,
mate.
right.
They're still quite Lucky Pete. They're still quite young. So the ones that were clearly female, they've all gone. You know.
So have you been milking fish?
Yeah. Thanks, Wills.
Sorry,
Good.
Eyeball.
Andy's koi pedal. Cheers, Hearts Koi as well. Mike, I expected you to sub, mate.
Sorry.
You have to send me a picture of what you took, Nigel, because I didn't see the fish you took with you, mate, to be honest. And lucky Pop.
Terry, gutted.
Mike. God damn it.
Who's going to win this one then? How many's left? 8?
Who's going to be the lucky one?
And lucky Nige. Nige, when's your koi show, mate? Because I want to come over to it, mate.
September.
Also, do you need a copy of our logo or whatever for the sponsorship, dude, for your rosettes? Skeg is going to take it, isn't he?
Oh, Koi Dreams.
The joy
Dreams over.
itself.
Give him a quick shuffle again.
Now, he's Santa's evil twin.
He does look like it as well.
Oh, you did it. You did
He
it.
slapped his fire and stamped his foot. Is it going to be Fen? Fen's already had 2. hasn't she? Had 200.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry, bud.
Chelsea's still in it. Is that a commentator's curse?
Oh, Finland lass, you were close. You've already had 2.
Yeah, I'm glad it's not you, Fen, to be fair.
That would have been a bit of a...
200 quid out my pocket already. I feel
Oh,
robbed.
Chelsea's gone. Here we go. Matt's the winner.
Well done, Matt Bailey.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, bud. There you go. You are one lucky winner. Hopefully, you get a good prize on the card, mate.
Yeah, good luck with that. Where did I put my phone? I've got it, mate. That's cool.
Yeah, you got it?
Yeah,
There
that's
you
right. That, dude. I'm not that thick.
Do you want to give him your email address and Crafty?
No, he can just contact me via the shop link and that on Facebook or on the chat, or get hold of me via my Facebook page or YouTube, whatever. It's all there. Or Anthony at perfectaquatic.co.uk. You know, come and see me in the shop, and then we'll square it away there.
There we go. That leads us straight into the show of Koi appreciation then.
Oh, show. Ooh.
Cool.
That's very nice.
I really like that.
This one is from Mr. Anonymous, and I can't put my mouse over that because if I do, it will say who it is. The secret's safe for me. But that's nice, isn't it? That's very nice.
Is that Ricky Stoddart then?
No, it's not Ricky.
Not a bad picture either.
No.
All of that. Yeah. It's a professional photograph, isn't it?
It's not easy taking pictures of them, is it?
No.
Especially the reflection.
Yeah.
It's time
So that's
consuming.
That's Mr. Anonymous's first one, and this is the second one. Now, tell me what you think.
Oh my God!
Skin
Now,
shower.
is that a shower or is that?
That's shower.
Vince
I thought
got
it
it.
That's a,
It
that's
looked
a
like
kin
it's
shower.
got a core at first. I thought it was a
That's
frigging
metallic.
bird.
Yeah, kin
Yeah.
shower.
A kin shower.
It's a nice kin shower.
Yeah, Donald Kerr just won a major award at the All Japan with a really, really top piece.
See, you can,
Not my cup of tea at
you'll
all.
find. I noticed when we did the spawning, when you put a kin shower into a blue vat for a long period of time, the black tends to drop off them,
Yeah.
which is why they don't do very well on the shows.
They're also very hard to get a good quality one as well.
Yes.
You know, and the only reason I know that is because when I see Donald Kerr's kin shower, I literally fell in love with that fish, and I was straight on the blower to Ricky saying, "I need some of these," and he said, "You got Bobo. They fall to bits that quick. It's really hard to get a decent
Yeah.
quality."
Yeah, Ricky was saying the same.
Yeah. You know,
So this is Lisa Leach.
Kindai shower.
Got a nice body on it.
I don't know if she's got a few in. She has actually got a few. Yeah. I got this. No, it's not.
Are you sure that's not Sankey?
I was just wondering that myself. Yeah.
This is what I was saying. I think it might be one or two
That looks more Sankey than shower.
that were more Sankey than shower. Yeah.
Because that does look like it's got Tajime in the pec fins and not Mataguru.
totally true, Vince. You bang on there, mate.
Yeah.
For those people that don't know the difference, where the arrow's pointing on the screen now, is streaks in the pec fins. Instead of blocks. So showers are blocks and streaks are Sankey. That's
prime example with that one like that.
No, one before that's a better example.
Correct,
Just
that one. There you go.
Yeah.
That is beautiful
It should-
Mataguru, that is.
It should
And that
radiate is it the ulna, the like ball joint?
yeah, the knuckle on
Yeah.
the fin.
Yeah.
The radial. Is it radial?
Yeah.
Radial?
Bye.
That bit.
Very
That's
nice.
Nigel.
Yeah. That's nice.
It's very, very, very close to being a Muritan, isn't it?
Yes.
Right, I'll tell you what, the Shiroji on that is banging.
Yeah.
Can't be a Maritime has to have this a red spot and then the same colour pattern throughout its body. Multiple colours. So a Maritime Kahaku, red spot, red patches down the body. Maritime what do they call them? Autumn leaf.
Oh, achiever.
Jeeba, brown spot, brown patches down the body. Any other colours in there with it, then it's not a Maritime.
Yeah, I'll tell you that's the Shiroji on that is pure white. That's real good skin quality as well. You can see the luster building in. You can see the skin quality in that is really good. Really nice fish.
That's
Doits,
Nigel as well.
nice doits. Hiroi maybe.
I think it did say. Might be.
Looks better from that angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same one again. But
Yeah.
obviously, that's they're both the same.
So that comes from Koi Wholesalers, a shower that can. That's what Nigel put in his.
Yeah.
In- Oh, that's better. That video does so much justice. That's a bloody nice fish, man. How old's that, Nigel? I'll be interested to see how old that is. It's got to be 2 going 3.
That's
Definitely
No,
not the shower.
there are going to be the odd one because I'm going to have to start doing this a slightly different way of making it so that people got somewhere to post for it because there's other photos getting mixed in with it. Deutsche shower.
That's an
Nice.
interesting one.
Very
that
I
was
like the Motoguro in the pecs.
They're nice. Yeah, it is nice.
Be nice with a bit more body in it, you know, not to pick it apart. If I had a bit more body in it, it'd be absolutely diamond.
Them some bloody big pecs, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, more
Bloody
body.
big head on it and all.
Yeah, it has. Yeah. Bit more body to it, bit more conditioning, and all cracking.
You know, it's just one thing that people miss. If you know, just not to pick it apart, it's a good example. See behind the gills where the actual body line comes in, you really should be aiming to get body on it. So your coi's a little bit underfed. So, you know, look at trying to increase your feed to bring that body on, and that fish will be really, really top notch.
Yeah.
Just there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the top, that bit there, Gaz, is what gives it
A
away.
little bit of chin, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's plumping out a bit.
Male by the look of it.
Yeah, the white skin's really good for a Deutsch. You've done well on that.
Yeah.
But it's still a fairly young fish, though.
Yeah.
I've still got a lot to do.
It looks around 35 cm.
And I say it's over 30. Yeah.
Yeah, probably pushing 40 cm.
Oh, easy.
Lovely pattern, very nice pattern.
Mm.
You know, interesting. You know,
Like a Deutsche, so
there's
that's
just
nice.
enough penny in that to keep it interesting throughout the fish.
Yeah.
Really nice one. Really nice pattern.
Now this is Gavin Bucknall. Ginnery shower.
Is that in a fish tank?
I think it's in a bowl or pool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're looking at the
It
side.
just increases in it though.
Top.
Still pretty for a young fish.
I'd be interested to see the breeder on this one. I'm trying to think in the shop. We've got some very similar to that. Very, very similar. And I think they're Heroi from memory. I might be wrong. Yeah. Again, one of those when you know, still a young fish, got nice broad shoulders, big head.
Gav, why are you videoing your fish in a foot spa?
I was thinking that. You see the divots, can't you?
Don't matter, does it? It's still work. The pattern, again, it's another one of them shower patterns. What makes them so, you know, so individual. It's like a lot of people wouldn't take that Benny going solid all the way down, but actually, I think that's
Once that gets some size on it,
and that
and
starts
that white starts to creep up round, that will come into its own.
Yeah, you know that you know, I think that'd be a nice fish once it gets a bit of age behind it. I agree with you, Vince.
It's meant to be good for your feet. I'm a bit behind everybody, sorry.
All right, those are this ones. Cheskers, I believe. Yeah, this one. There's a shower in here somewhere.
Coming straight at the middle now.
That's nice.
Got nice big shoulders on it.
There's Shiroji on it.
Let's see if I can get it on the next one. See if we can get it on a pause.
Yeah, so you get a bit closer.
Oh, crap.
I like that. That's nice.
It's a bit difficult to pause it perfect to get it still looking like a good quality. Yeah.
From India.
Yeah. Now this is Rob Howarth.
That's nice.
I've still got a lot to do.
That is nice. I like that one.
And it's got good traits in it. Good high body line, good backbone. Good
That
profile.
other show looks a lot like a
Beautiful
Tancho.
balance.
Yeah, great balance. Good quality sumi, good Benny plate throughout. Looking at that, Shiroji looks really good as well. Yeah, top fish.
Well, guys, don't talk to me about Tancho Goshkis.
Well done, Rob. That's a nice fish, man. That one.
It is.
There you go.
There we
Good
go.
body line. If you
Yeah,
can-
I like that.
if you see the triangles that you're looking for on that, again, that's what you need to be looking for in a fish. You know, some people may be put off by the pointy face on that. Not for me. I wouldn't, because it'd grow into that anyway. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's a nice fish, mate.
Nice, strong Benny, isn't it?
Nice,
Yeah.
nice memoir coming through. That's really interesting memoir on the face. That,
Mhm.
with the
I like this.
patch. Yeah, really nice.
Right, this one is size, and this, I believe, is an Adam Bayer shower.
Oh, it's a nice fish.
Lot of body.
It's a good
Yeah.
40 plus PM as well.
Yeah, for me the pet fins are a little bit too small, but
Yeah, that's
you know,
true.
but we're not showing fish. Lot of power in the body though. What would be interesting for me is to see how that sumi develops, whether it actually really comes or it doesn't. You know,
Is this up North Koi Pond, Simon?
Yeah.
you know, he knows how to feed his fish. Like, it's got a great profile to it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's nice profile. It's
Just
got a good
needs
eye.
time. That one. Another one with a good head pattern across the top of the face.
A good memoir.
That's the one.
Yeah, it'd be nice when that water temperature cools off. Not that we've had loads of heat, but you know, when that sumi comes as the weather cools off towards the end,
Yeah.
it'd be nice to see the difference. Very young fish, still lots to do.
Yeah. Got a little video just looping, but oh, damn it.
Bit of poot in there.
Just about to say, yeah.
Which bit is Putin?
What you need to watch on that is, as it's such a young fish, is how much sumi will actually come on this fish, because there's still quite a lot of undeveloped sumi to come on that, and you may find that you get a really black fish on this,
Yeah.
especially over the benny plate towards the back. It
Yeah.
definitely,
There's a lot coming up here, isn't there?
yeah, it's a hell of a lot more to come. So it'd be interesting to see in another year's time how dark that's become.
Yeah.
What's actually retracted on that as well.
And again, the second one. Ginrin.
From that picture, it looks more like a he shower than it does a
Yeah.
standard shower.
Oh, pretty white. Yeah.
A little bit here and down here, but
You'd have to have a look at the side profile more to be able to call
Yeah.
that. But from the top, that's, you know, again, another one of them where the benny dominates with a sumi splashing across. Now, what you got to look on this one is where the memoir across the head. What will, you know, you got to think what will happen on that. You know, that's definitely going to join on the forehead, but what's going to happen on the right eye onwards, so the right eye on the fish itself. It'd be interesting to see whether that would join up or even come across that side. No, on the other side, Gas. So there, that may join as the fish gets bigger.
Yeah.
Sumi onto the same scale as well. So, you know, that's a good thing about shower, is where they develop or how they develop from young. You've got to have a lot of forward thinking, and sort of, it's a gamble to get from young toes eye, but that's the sort of thing that you should be looking at. Same fish.
yeah.
You see, I call that a he shower anyway. So Regan.
Yeah, again, it's a third one.
Kindai. Again, another young fish. Sumi's already giving a lot away what it's doing on this fish. The Benny's going to retract somewhat on there. You're not going to have a lot more Benny across, so a bit of fish of two halves there. You've got a lot of Kahaku at the front and Shiro at Zori at the back.
I was just going to say that, yeah.
You know, but again, you know, nice fish to have in your pond. You're definitely going to tell them apart easy enough.
Oh yeah.
Dales. That looks like, is that an Easter shower?
I think there's too much Sumi on it. I don't know how old it is, but looks like a little bit too much Sumi for an Issa shower. Showing this early, it tends to be a hell of a slow burner. But
yeah, I mean, mine's looking like a Kahaku again at the moment.
Is it? Yeah, it retracts and comes really quickly on the Issa stuff.
We're doing fish now.
So yeah, again, it's time will tell on this fish. You've got
some underlight on it. You can see it here.
Yeah, there's so much. Even little black spots may even turn into blocks.
Yeah,
it's the element of unknown. What you have got there is a real good showing of Sumi on the front of the fish. That, you know, and if you get that sort of quality going throughout,
yeah, be a nice pattern on it.
Yeah, and looking at the fins, there's a good chance you will, because that's a bit of a telltale sign.
Yeah.
The Benny as well placed. A lot of people look for a Kahaku type pattern, although you don't need to. Time will tell, and the Sumi placement. Looking on the opposite side of that fish, you know, you'll get a well balanced fish at the end of it.
Yeah.
Tails again. That was a bit too shy of the Benny, doesn't it?
Yeah, Benny's a little bit damaged on that, and not going to see a lot more come from that with regards to the Benny.
Looking
You might find a lot of that recess and disappear.
Yeah,
there's a good chance. Well, he's strong enough. He's strong enough on the back. It's like a bit messy on the Benny, but again, all depends what the Sumi does. It may actually complement it as the fish develops. When you look at the body on that fish, though, that body is lovely.
Yeah,
you've got a real good
nice
profile all the way through. You know, feed it up, man. That'll get big, I think.
If the Benny does drop off, make a nice Shuru Atsura.
Oh yes.
Learn from it. Good learning fish. Seen that one already.
Tony Barker's.
No, that's not right.
No, that's Issa all over. Issa all over.
I like that flowery type pattern.
Yeah, I do.
I do like a flowery pattern.
Good tight Tiwa, which is the back end of the scale as we're looking at it now. You can see that it's starting to scallop round the scale. Sumi, more developed in some areas than others, but I would say this fish is probably 3-year-old plus, looking at the Sumi development on this. Into the peduncle is generally what you see an Issa shower do on the Sumi more. So a lot of the younger fish will have Sumi showing what's on the peduncle of this fish. So if you do see them in the shops, guys, don't be put off, because, like I said earlier, they're slow burners, and the quality of the Benny and the Sumi in this fish is excellent. The Shiroji looks really good. The skin quality, luster is really good. The only thing that, again, that don't bother me. I like that.
I think you got a little bit of black just in tip of that red as well.
Yeah, it's the Motoguru in the fin isn't there yet. So, you know, it'd be interesting to see that with a little bit more into the knuckle of the fin to see whether it's actually there and going to develop. That's a nice fish, very nice fish.
Yeah, it is. I like that one. Tony's again.
Is that the same? That's not the same
No.
one, is
Not the same one, no.
it?
Different.
Oh, Tony Barker. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, same person, but different fish. Nice. Like that again as well.
Mm.
Different breeder.
Yeah.
Sato.
So, oh, does the other one say it? Yeah, it is an Easter show, that one. You're right, mate.
Oh, wow, there you
64,
go,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah, 64. Probably a 4-year-old then, 3 or 4-year-old, I'd say. Again, better shot from the top. See the Motoguru in the pec there. If you have a look, you'll see that tends to be quite a good match to the sumi that comes on the skin once it's finished.
Sorry. I hope so.
Yeah,
Nice. That.
nice little head pattern. Little bit of sumi, balanced all the way down the fish. Good profile. Yeah, it's a lovely fish, mate.
Steve G's. This is a before and this is an after. This is progression.
It's progression, mate. I'd say it's probably a female fish.
Is that a
6 months
tanker kin shower?
6 months apart. Yeah, Tancho Kin shower. 6 months apart on each photo.
I wonder what the sizes are.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have that information.
That's nice.
Yes, nice
What-
body shape.
What you can see on that is if you look across the shoulders, don't worry about the pattern, but just the actual build of the fish. You can see how much volume has gained. You know, when he's got it from a dealer that will feed the fish to keep them there. You know, that they're not necessarily there to build them up.
No, they could have good maintain a feeding.
Totally right. You know, especially with the volumes that are in the pond, you see. So when you then do get it into a pond, this is a real good example of how much volume a fish can put on when it's got less competition for the food.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The other thing to take from this is just in a small amount of time, the amount of sumi development that you're seeing.
Yeah.
If you look into the fins,
Yeah,
and across
good
the
fin.
fish as well, you can see the development is extreme. And Dazza see a lot of that in his fry, how quick they grow and how different they look with just an extra 5 centimeters on them, you know.
Completely changed, yeah. Well, even
Yeah.
the base colour of that looks different. It looks yellowy, the one on the left.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's the skin. That's the skin quality.
That's just an age thing, that is.
Young skin
Yeah.
going into more mature fish as it develops on. So, you know, again, this is why it's quite important to document your fish when you put them in. I take photos of my fish once a year, and I measure them, and I've got a card for every single fish, so I can measure them and then take pictures, so I learn how they develop. So, you know, that's what I do with my own personal fish.
Mm.
Amir bought it in last year, he says.
Say that again, sorry, Gaz.
He said, Steve G said there, Amir bought it in last year.
Yeah, so that'd be down in Koi Water Barn, that.
Or what, man?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Some good awards showed to Koi Water Barn.
I like that.
Yes, that's powerful, eh? And I
Yeah.
don't do body, but
That's what the hell of a good bodied fish is that.
That needs growth to appreciate that pattern.
you know, you've got the checkerboard pattern there, haven't you? Which everyone tends to try and look for in Shiro at Sori.
Beautiful memoir across the head.
Ginrin on it's nice too.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
That needs a bit of body for that white to then start coming up and creating the balance.
I don't know if it's the angle of the fish.
Yeah, it is Ginrin. Yeah.
Not to pick it apart, but one thing that stands out to me on this fish, if we're looking at appreciation and how fish develop, the tail tube just looks a little bit too short.
Yeah.
If there's another centimetre on that, it changes the profile of the koi. And
It's a nice thick peduncle though, isn't it?
It is, but it's probably just a little bit too short. So what you might find with this fish as it grows is that it doesn't get a great deal of length, but it will get quite a bit of body and gut. So it's just, again, not picking it apart because actually it's a bloody nice fish.
I'm going to estimate that about 35 cm.
you know, it's not going to get the biggest in the pond, but I tell you what, if you can maintain the quality of Benny, keep the Ginrin in it and the Sumi, and really bring that on with the right sake food, right? Yeah, that's going to be an outstanding looking fish in your pond. Real nice. Really nice.
I like it a lot. Paul Dale, let's see if we can make this one a little bit bigger. Ooh, too big. There we go.
I sold one at my shop. I'm not sure whether or not it's this fish or not, though, but it looks very extremely similar if it isn't.
I like that one too. It's nice.
Yeah,
Ginrin's nice.
Different. You know, a lot of people would rip your right arm off to get a Ginrin Shiro like that without the red spot.
Yeah.
I actually quite like that little red spot. It gives it a bit of quirky character, you know.
But it's a young fish as well. You know, that Sumi might end up
overpowering it.
Overpowering the Benny, and then you've got a beautiful Ginrin Shiro story.
But that said, I hope that red stays because I think that makes that fish. I think that was lovely. No, good quality.
Sally Harfield. Now I think that.
I think that's a Sankey.
Sankey. Yeah.
I'll go Sankey.
You look
again
at
because
we've
only got with no banding on the body.
Yeah.
The Sumi place as well.
Yeah, it's classic. Sankey Sumi.
You know, but this is a good thing about what you do, Gaz, because it highlights these small things for people to pick it up. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
Still a very nice Sankey, but
but when you compare it to the previous fish, you look at the Sumi placement on the previous fish. There's a world apart, isn't there?
Yeah,
the banding effect. Yeah,
down the full body.
Yeah, the big blocks of Sumi as well. Whereas Sankey is more like how can I put it? Little florets of broccoli.
Yeah.
So my brain works, I'm afraid.
That's very heavy.
That's nice.
Yeah. Quite dark, but nice.
Yeah, more old school.
Classic shower, isn't it? You know, it's very well balanced. I quite like that. That'd look good in a pond. You've got Motoguru just starting to develop into the fin.
Yeah.
You've got quite a nice Kiwa already. Again, it'd be nice to see what happens to the Sumi on the face of that fish. I think that you may find that it actually bends all the way round if that happens. Sumi's already up, so I would expect or hope that the Sumi keeps developing, and that will be extremely good quality Sumi if that just keeps developing. You know, that's a real nice. Got a nice sashi line as well in there. That's good.
That looks like a Becco.
Yeah.
The red dot.
Yeah. Yeah. That's hard to call, to be honest.
Got a little bit of red here as well, if we look.
And again, you've not got the blocky effect, have you? Yeah.
It's hard to call.
That looks like a Deutsch Becco.
Deutsch Becco with a random piece of Benny.
I wouldn't even like to try and categorise that, if I'm honest, but I'm not necessarily a shower.
No.
That's nice.
This is Paul Cashin.
25 cm.
Looks like a little Deutsch.
Definitely a Deutsch. Definitely. One thing to look on Deutsch, if you zoom in on that, Gaz. Okay, so that's cool, mate. If you what you got to try and do is keep the same quality of the colour all the way through the fish. And quite often on Deutsch fish, you'll see that it can become wishy and washy.
This looks like it's dropping out here, doesn't it?
The hard thing on Deutz fish is to try and maintain that quality if it's there, and once it's there, you'll find that in young fish like that, it's not going to maintain that quality. It'll fall off.
Yeah.
So, and you're looking for nice sharp edges as well between the suit, like the transfer of the color between Sumi, Benny, and Shiroji.
Yeah.
Sumi, it's always on the Deutz fish. It's always going to be quite powerful because it hasn't all the skin to grow through in the scale. So
that looks a bit fuzzy, doesn't it, on the edges? Yeah.
Yeah, but again, you know, it does tighten up in time, but you've got to try and picture it. It's an art, man. They're hard fish to get, but once you get a good one, they look the fucking nuts.
Oh yeah, a nice crisp Deutz fish. They don't look real; they look plastic, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And it's like you get a good pond full of them, they look the nuts.
Yeah.
Follow caches again.
That's nice.
Nice sea shower. I prefer the second one in the shot.
I think there might be another video of the second one. I think.
Now the second one looks more to be an Easter.
That looks very similar to one in my pond, that one.
I do believe that might be that one from Ishikigoi and the one that he took to the show.
Nice fish.
Some very nice fish there. Need to get a bowl, mate.
Sorry,
Hold
guys,
up, so have a look at them.
I didn't see. Do apologise.
Yeah, I see him earlier. He was swimming back the front.
Where now it is? Sankey? The one that was down deep then?
That's the one that he had in the bowl, wasn't it? That was measuring
This one.
the Deutz one, yeah.
That's the same. Oh, is that the same little Deutsch one?
Yeah, I
It
think
looks,
so.
it looks more
Look,
sank-
damn big in there, didn't it? A lot
Looks
bigger
more
than what it did in the bowl.
It's hard to see when you got water rip, like water movement. It changes everything on the fish.
Oh, now then, this is the back to the chags, I think. Yeah, so back to the chags.
You not got a
So-
shower gas?
Right?
Have you not got a shower gas?
Yes, I have two.
I thought, have you put yours in?
Let's go to the ones that we've got sent through in Telegram.
Oh, look at that fine gentleman.
So these are Adam Byers, and these are Tony's.
I don't know that one.
All right.
Okay, Google, butt plug on, go.
Adam's broodstock.
Sorry, it looks like that device hasn't been set up yet. Yes, you can do that in a system.
Do you know the parent sets? What farm they're from, Gaz?
These ones are Adam Byers. These.
Yeah, but what
And
parent?
where's
Where's
Tony? Do you
I'm
know
not
which one?
sure. He's got 2 or 3 different parent sets on his shower.
Yeah, I don't know.
See, to me, that's very Issa trait. You know, the way it is. That's lovely, that one, Gaz, on the right.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's nice,
Yeah.
that.
That one's
Nice
still got a
development
hell of a
on
lot
there,
to
man.
do.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they've got a lot to do as a shower, man. You want them to develop, don't you? You know?
Yeah.
I have great difficulty photographing them though. They're on the move all the time.
The one before that, Gaz, if you go back, the white spot, the one after that, the white spot there, that's going to be a real nice point on that fish when it opens up. and it gets size. You know, a lot of people would turn away from that because it's not solid in colour. But actually, as that fish grows out, it's going to be interesting. You might find that you've got a really nice, powerful white spot there that really breaks the pattern, and that'll give it just a little bit more of an eye-catching sort of look to it. It'd be quite nice to see how that would be in another 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I think they've got some nice potential, them, all of them.
Yeah, the one before that was nice. That one's lovely.
It is lovely, that.
Yeah.
Again, for me, learning, it'd be nice. It's going to be nice to see what the Sumi does on that Benny. You know, how much is actually going to come through and join up. You know,
there should be a video of them.
Real nice. That's the Benny colour that I like in a fish when it's deep red like that.
Yeah.
You know. Is this yours, Tony? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that fish with a white mark on its. You know, that
smaller one of the two.
It's got the better body though. It's got a better structure to it. Maybe a bit smaller, but it's definitely got a better structure.
And the other one at 33 cm. And I actually think the Sumi has developed a little bit in the short time I've had them.
What did you pay for them, Tone? Can I ask?
70 quid each.
Okay. What sizes were they? 15, 16 cm?
No, 30, about 30 something. 30, maybe 32, 33. They put on a couple of centimetres each.
Okay.
That's the two you got at the National, isn't it?
Yeah, Adam Beyer had a whole vat full of them, and they sold within minutes.
His vats always sell out really quick, Tone, like that. Just, people get to the show early to get to his stand, mate. You know, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens with them. I quite like looking at Adam's fish as they grow.
Yeah.
That's one of Rick's from New Forest Guy.
I was just about to say that's one of Rick's.
You can, you can see the quality in the pattern.
So lovely getting rid of it and all, isn't there? That.
Yeah, that's powerful. Yeah, that's again good balance, great body profile. You know, if you look at a profile where it goes down into the peduncle through the tail tube.
Yeah, that's big set, that, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, looking at the shape of the fish, yeah, that's bob on, isn't it? Real nice fins. You know, like to see a bit. There's definitely Motoguru in there, though. You can see it on the left fin just behind the gill plate.
Yeah.
So come in.
You can see what looks to be a little bit there, just if it's had its pecs out a bit more.
Yeah, it's definitely, and that's going to be a real. Yeah.
Will's guy says needs Munga mix.
But for Rick to say that he struggles like hell to, you know, if he's bought this or if he's, you know, bred it, if he's bred it out, then he's done a bloody good job on that. You know, that's a nice fish, isn't it?
And then we've got Liam's.
There you go. Go on, Vince, mate.
I like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like that a lot.
No,
I like a lot.
That's proper old school shower, that is.
Yeah.
Nice big blocky Sumi with a nice balance of red and white to go with it. Couldn't ask for more.
Yeah.
Again, when you look at the quality of the Sumi in there, you've already start to see the scalation on that fish is real good.
Yeah.
You know, it adds to the quality of the fish. For me, so far, I would pick this as my number one to date. Be nice to see more of that tail fin, though. But let's not pick it apart. You know, Memoir still got a bit to do when that breaks through the surface and joins up. That's going to look the nuts.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Proper.
Nice body. Probably a bit short. Bit short on the tail fin. but the tail fin itself looks a little bit small as well. But you know, when you're looking at the body of the fish, take the fins off. Nice body.
Yeah, 100%.
Sorry if you saw them come over top. I was just finding mine too.
I've just read your comment, Dino. I'm looking forward to seeing yours, mate.
Vincent's got one in here somewhere that he sent me this.
Oh, mate, it's a fine-looking gentleman.
Because you should have had 2, Gaz.
Yeah, I have this one and then the one underneath it for some reason. That one's buffering. Why the hell is this buffering? What the hell?
It's come from Vince's phone. The speed of that. Rep file. Vince, where's it from?
That one. You tell me.
I don't know, mate. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, that's an Easter shower, that one.
Is it
And
really?
it's from Quinny Koi.
Yep, that's the one that Mike bought me from Koi Beginnings last year.
Yeah. That's the one that all the sumi dropped off, isn't it?
Yep, and it's done exactly the same again.
Yeah, but so I've got quite a lot of fish in the backyard pond from Issa, mate, and the sumi has really pulled back, you know, in the summer.
Yeah.
I'm told by Rick when them temperatures start dropping again, you tend to find a trait that the sumi will start to push through again, and that's how that fish develops. So, you know, it's still got a lot to do in the sumi there, mate. But
without a shadow.
That's why Issa shower are quite sort of like hard fish to read because they bounce, you know. But that's what makes them quite intriguing for me.
Why is this one buffering?
Could you give it?
You would have techno whiz.
It's got a nice head.
I say that's the better one of the 2. That's the Hoshkin shower.
Yeah, good breeder, mate. Hoshikin. I could do with some Hoshkin in the shop, to be fair. Maybe I can try and do that for next year's growing show.
Yeah.
Lovely.
That's one of Gaz's, that is.
Oh, is it?
I recognise that bowl anywhere. Yeah, that's pretty.
Where's this from, Gaz?
Well, I got them from both these are from Wakefield Koi, but I believe this is an Easter shower, and the other one is, how is it pronounced? Case.
I say. Yeah, again, if you look at your body structure on that, little bit short on the tail tube, Gaz, if I was to pick it apart. Unless the camera's just not doing its justice. But again, good body width, mate. High backbone there. Nice size head.
Nice Shiroji. Sumi's well placed.
Sumi's very well placed for me. That's what I like to see in a shower personally.
Yeah.
It's only a little Tosai. 22 cm, well, 20 cm when I got it and booked it just before Christmas. Picked it up in April, and it's now, I think, 28 cm.
Doing well then.
It's only a little one. That's my first one.
It's got good colour quality, mate, for its age. You know, when that starts coming more, mate, you'll see that come on leap and bounds, mate.
This is I'm just hoping that some sumi comes up.
You need,
mate. That's when that sumi comes up, that's going to be a cracking fish.
If not, in the sunlight.
Get that portion of the sunlight, son.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
There you go. Yes, so again, personal taste. You've got your classic 4-step pattern on a kahaku.
Yeah.
It's hard to see the sumi placement until it goes in the sun. There you go. Okay, yeah, it changes the dynamics when you can see it, doesn't it? You know?
Yeah.
Again, good, powerful body, mate. You're looking at that, the belly plate is fairly consistent all the way through on it. The sumi really needs to break through, and you've got yourself a nice little shower.
Yeah.
The only one thing to bear in mind, when you're getting a pattern fish, you're supposed to get a pattern on the head. So a solid coloured head is technically incorrect.
It now looks like this, because this is about 2.5, 3 months ago. It now looks like it's got a little bit of a Y coming up on its head.
Cool. So that'll break
you just
it.
see it coming through.
Yeah, nice memoir coming in.
Yeah, that'll break that head up lovely.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. You can see quite a lot of it coming up, but it's not happened yet. And if it does, yeah, it does.
It will. It will, Gaz. You know, there's something like when I speak to the customers, mate, you got to trust the process.
Yeah.
You know, it happens. You know, it may not happen what you think, but truth be known, sumi will come.
Yeah, I am, mate. I've got it. I promise. I've got them all. Right, so that's mine too. Let me just. And these. Right, this one is Daz's.
Yours does.
Yeah.
Okay, go on then. Speak it through.
It's Shintaro. I think it's 2-year-old. It's about 35 cm from Walker Koi.
Nice Kindai. What attracted you to this fish, Daz?
To be honest, I didn't get a say in it. It was drawn for me.
Oh, okay.
A growing show.
Well, I'll tell you what, mate. They've done you proud, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, that's an interesting fish. The sumi placement across the face, I quite like.
It's a fish of two halves, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is, definitely. Yeah, it's like split down the middle.
But when you look at that makes a fish interesting, in my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you've got a window. I know you have. I don't think you have you? But when you see it swim one way and see it back, it looks like you've got two fish. But you know, I quite like the fact that you've got the two little red spots on the head and then half of it dark. I like that sort of thing. It's quirky.
Yeah. Looks a bit like Two-Face from Batman.
Yeah. Good Shiroshi, dude. You know, nice sashi line, good kiwa. Still plenty to do on that fish, mate.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Show them 5 years before they really show their true potential. So, you know,
yeah,
good profile. You're a good quality looking fish there, mate. Good profile, good size head.
Yeah,
nice. I like it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now this is another one from Keisai. This was from my grown show. This is Vicky's from Bubble and Fins.
That's nice.
I quite like that.
I like that.
I think.
But again, that's another one. It's going to need some body on it and some size to then start to appreciate the white.
Yeah, I like the two white patches on it, to be honest.
If I'm honest, I think that's the best one out of all of them so far.
Mm.
Look, real good body line. Good. When you look at the tail stock on this fish, it's in proportion. You know, some of them have been missing probably 5 to 10 mil. But when you look at that, in well, good proportion. And profile of the fish is there. I don't think it needs more body, if I'm honest. It's in the right profile for the age of the fish.
No, what I mean is, as it gets bigger, you're then going to start to appreciate that white a lot more.
100%. When I'm looking at the shape of the fish, that'd definitely take it. The Sumi is a little bit what we call dirty with regards to it's not tight enough. So time will tell how that will tidy up, but it probably won't do that much tidying around the back. However, you've got good shirogi, and the Benny plate is consistent through that fish as well. So I'd go with what Vince is saying there. As that fish develops more, the Sumi comes more, I think that will complement that fish a lot more. But body-wise, that's the best one out your growing show so far, guys, I think. Well done, Vix. Oh, is he gone?
Yeah, he's disappeared.
It's mad. No one can control it at set, guys, isn't it?
Yeah.
No.
He's definitely been zoomed up, but
That's a nice fish, Vicky.
oh, he's still there. There you go.
Who's this one then, Gaz?
Don't know whose it is. He can't talk to us, can he? But
Oh, well.
again, I would say it's probably Vicky's again, looking at the bowl.
This might be Paul's. Yeah.
Okay, good body.
Yeah, that one's Paul's as well.
Yeah, good
That's
body.
Paul's fish. I'm just getting Dean's fish, that was all.
Good body. The actual the Benny in the tail of the fish actually balances this fish out.
Yes.
Again, if you've gone for memoir, you've done a good job. Little bit more body behind the gills required on this one, if I was to pick it apart. But if you look at the Motoguru, it's there already. So
yeah,
no, it's another sign that the Sumi are developed really well. So again, decent.
Yeah.
Right, so this one is, oh my God, Dean's. Let's put that back to the beginning.
This Dino's.
Yeah.
Fucking load of crap. I've got to balance it up, Dino, mate. Just give us a break, mate. No, I'm winding you up, dude.
Hey, that fish came from fucking me, shithead.
That's exactly what I'm saying, mate. Fucking put it in the bin straight away. Where's this one from, Vince? Is this?
That's an Adam Buyer.
I thought it might have been.
Is that the little Tancho one? Is that the Forever Tancho bonsai?
Yep.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, that's done some growing, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has, considering the kahaku's in the pond and that hasn't grown at all.
I'll tell you
hell, that's done some serious growing.
Yeah.
Fish is pointing up.
Last time I saw that, we're about that big.
When that fish is swimming up, guys, towards the top of the picture, that Sumi is quite lovely. I like that Sumi. Shame didn't have a little bit more of that over the right flank, man. That would have been proper good Sumi placement for me.
There's still a lot more to come with that one.
Yeah, good body shape, mate. Good body. You're feeding them.
Believe it or not, but that fish was stuck at like 15, 20 cm for.
Wouldn't believe that fish is about 4 years old.
Yeah, I would.
Started off as a bonsai.
So we've got one more now. Bear with me 1 second while I try find that one. And this again is Mr. Tropical Koi's. And this again is another KSI shower from my grown show.
Wow. I like that.
Very, very blocky.
35 cm.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I didn't know, mate. I like it. I do like that fish. That fish was in my pond for a short period of time. I grew it on for a little bit and then moved it on with him.
I wouldn't have fucking given it to him, mate.
He gave it to him begrudgingly.
I did.
Yeah,
Damn nice fish, that.
I'd put that in my pond as well.
Yeah.
You know, that. I mean, we've seen a lot, mate, but that one to me.
It's heavy on the sumi, but it's equally balanced. It's like the back end balances out the front end, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If you look at it as a work of art, okay, you've got little white windows that break that fish up a treat, and what isn't white is, you know,
either red or it's black.
Yeah, it surrounds the Soji, surrounds the Benny. You know, so yeah, I'll tell you what, that's lovely. Whose fish is this?
That's Mike's, Mr. Tropical Koi.
Look after that, mate. That's a beaut. Really nice.
And that is the end of the shower. So which one are we going?
That's, mate, in my opinion.
Which the best till last, do you reckon?
I'd say so, yeah.
You know, either that or the first one that you brought up, Gaz.
The first one was nice.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can. Which was that one?
See, that one for me.
Yeah. Sorry, dude. Yeah, that one for me. See, yeah, that's for me the winner. Looking at it again.
Yeah,
he's got it up.
So it's your anonymous member, mate, isn't it?
Go on, spill that. Who's the anonymous member?
Well, he's made it anonymous for a reason, so I'm going to leave it as
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
Just because I don't want to upset the apple cart. But
he stole it.
no. I mean, if he were to come on and say I can share, I'd say, but he's made it as anonymous, so we'll leave it as. But that is a nice show.
But that is really nice. That is.
Saying that, Tony Farmers. He's
we'll go to Tony's. Have we got a free plant? That's nice too, though. I like that one too. There's Tony's. Come on. That one. That's his first one. That's his second one. I think the first one's better than the second myself, personally.
I still say the first one takes it though.
Yes, first. You go technical. Guru.
First one. Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah. Definitely, it's got it all.
Best answer. You do not see very many tanker kin showers of that quality, though.
No, that is nice.
See, that one stood out to me as well. But
Tony Barker, ISA. Oh, ISA. Yeah. Up North Guy saying that one. Dino, I've been robbed. You were robbed. You were given it, weren't you? You just said. I mean,
It's got best skin quality. This one's got best skin quality. It's got best sumi, best Benny. But then when I look at that one, you know, what gives this one, the next one, guys, what gives that the advantage is that little trick is the back slightly out of the water, so it gives the shine. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can actually see the skin quality. The skin quality is there in that fish. For me, the other fish wins it.
Yeah,
It's
that's
got
way
a
better.
better profile, and it's, I don't know, they're both brilliant looking fish, but that's got a good balance, man.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
So we're saying first, second.
Yeah.
Dino's 54th.
Dino's didn't even place 54th.
Hey, it better have placed at least 54th. It came from fucking me.
This one, yeah. And the last one, mate, take my third place.
So first, second, and third.
That's an interesting fish for the future, man. That one.
Yeah,
Yes.
I like that. I like that one.
If you put them in size categories, though. You see, that's the difference.
Yeah, definitely like to see Mike's one in a year or two, though.
Yeah. Tell you what, well done everyone for taking part. That's great. Great to see so many fish being produced, guys, to be honest.
Yeah, it's been a good showing this evening.
The first, second, and the third then. Very good.
Well done. 9 minutes to 4 hours, Gus.
9 minutes to full time.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to say goodbye and good night because my phone is just about to die.
Was that Mike from Chasing Koi's fish, was it?
Say again.
Was that Mike from Chasing Koi?
No, Mike from Koi Beginnings.
Koi Beginning. Sorry, that's who I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next week, so you all know, it is the lemon harawakis, which we will be looking at.
Lemon Harawaki.
Yeah,
Go out and buy one then.
You have to go out and buy one.
One of every.
Yeah,
It
so
just
lemon
needs
harawakis next week.
any excuse to buy fish, this man.
Well, I ain't got one of those.
I've
Well,
got the
then
shop,
you won't
so-
be able to enter one, my good man.
Anyway, night, guys, before I get chopped off.
Okay.
Yeah, if you could all send in your lemon harawakis for next week, I will try and make it a little bit easier, and I'll post a lemon here, post your pictures here for the lemon harawakis when we don't get them all mixed up with all the other fish and bits and bats I get posted within the channel at the same time. Usual thing, guys. Massive thank you to you all this evening for coming and joining us. Look forward to seeing you all down at Perfect Aquatics on Saturday. We will be there, and you hopefully you will be too. Yep, and there's a winning ticket there for the gentleman who won.
Don't forget, buy your tickets. I think we've had 10 purchases tonight.
Brilliant, awesome, man.
Getting him through, which is good.
That's what we want. Usual thing, guys, if you could do us a huge favour, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. And until next time and next week, we'll catch you all on the next one. Keep smiling, guys, and we'll see you all soon. Take care, all. Good night.
Night, all.
Night.